Hello, Z!
Hi!
We are already in progress buying some stuff from the market in the Somniel today.
Yeah!
Do come again.
So, yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, alright.
I just thought it was nice to, like, open up, like, in progress. So it's like, yeah, you know, like one of those, like, frickin' kid shows where it's just like, oh, hey, didn't see you there. I'm just doing topic of the day, you know?
Oh, hi, I'm Joel. You're on the Satellite of Love.
My favorite kid show.
Where did the Master Seal head?
Oh, man. If we're not careful, Hiya Papaya is just gonna, like, just, like, stage a coup on the intro of my stream.
Shit. Did I sell it on accident somehow?
Welcome.
What's up?
I thought I bought a Master Seal. Yeah, I bought one. Where'd it go?
Do come
Who has
again.
it?
Maybe it's in a convoy.
I checked. It's not there.
The mystery is here.
Yeah, because we were gonna promote Etier. Because we like her.
Well, it's gotta be somewhere.
Yeah,
Because it says you have one, right?
it did there.
Or is it that they have one?
No, because I bought one there. Their stock went from 5 to 4.
Oh. Well, what the hell? Well, it's gotta be in the, like, the items thing, right?
Should be.
Dog Haru, did you steal our Master Seal? It's not here.
What the fuck?
What the hell? Okay, go back into the store. We gotta figure this mystery out now. This mystery
Alright,
of the emblem.
We're never gonna not need Master Seals, so...
No, it says use is 1.
Okay, but stock went from 5 to 4.
Then you must have gotten rid of it somehow.
I couldn't have! But...
I thank you.
Because, like, my money's gone down twice.
Do come again.
Now... Let's just...
What the fuck? Where is it? What?
Trade with Convoy? No?
Well, that should be in the list, right?
Yeah, unless, like...
They do just count as items, right? They didn't, like, change it to some weird menu.
No, I'm pretty sure they're items.
Like, you just gotta use it to do a promotion, right?
Yeah?
It's not like a separate thing.
Yeah, you put it in their inventory and then they use it.
What is happening?
What the shit? Why is it in the storehouse? Can you not do it in Somniel?
There's a storehouse?
What the fuck is
Can you take it out?
No, you can only take shit from the convoy.
What is the storehouse? Why does it exist? I didn't know this until just now.
Okay, so it's for, like, you know, all this shit.
Yeah, but why is the Master Seal in there?
I don't know. I can't do anything with it.
And you're sure it's not like a separate menu or anything?
Yeah?
Like you don't go into like a room or something?
No? Not as far as I know, unless...
Change class, it's right there.
Oh. I swear I had their inventory. Okay, whatever. Do we want Sniper or Bow Knight? I know we were talking Bow Knight before.
Yeah, I was digging the Bow Knight thing.
Alright.
We do have Fogado, I guess, but
Yeah.
Etier good.
Yeah. And, you know, quite frankly, as far as characters who stick around, I have a feeling after this cuts that, like, after this next chapter, Fogado is not going to show up in cutscene again. The horse, you're in the way.
I exist now!
Okay.
Mind if I take it out for a test run, then she just shoots you in the face?
Okay. Now she no longer shows off her stomach, so clearly this is a downgrade.
Is it? Because I remember nothing but bitching about her stomach.
Yeah, I know, I'm joking.
You always put her in a swimsuit and casual.
that's true. We'll level some of these people up a bit. Yeah, were we gonna level-
Bow Knight is crazy good in Three Hopes. Not sure if it's equally broken here. That's a different genre.
Bow Knight, I remember Bow Knight being just fucking amazing, even in like Three Houses. So
It's just funny they could be like, oh yeah, you know.
he goes from. All right.
Be like, yeah, Zelda's really good in Hyrule Warriors.
All right. Anyways, let's
Wonder if she's good in other Zelda games.
let's get the fuck out of here. So who should go first?
Well, I guess I can go. We're not very good at starting streams, are we?
No, not
We gotta go to a stream starting class.
not since we started playing this.
Well, but previously it was always just like, oh, you know, hello Z, here's Rosie, and then I say whatever I want, and then you happen to be there.
Yeah.
But now it's co-op of sorts. So, yeah, this game's localization has some issues. Now, let me be perfectly clear here. This game's writing sucks, no matter what language it's in, okay?
Mhm.
It's still bad in Japanese, but a lot of the stuff that just kind of has us mystified, like why is it just so bland? Why is there nothing here? I have come to find out that it's not just like certain S supports that have like been changed because of internal age data or whatever. It's everything. Everything has just been like blanded, just like taking sandpaper to like whatever personality the characters had. Because
Finally.
are we watching a cutscene now, or am I talking? I don't know.
Oh yeah. Should we pause for cutscene?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. This bitch is here, and the queen is asleep. That's how seriously she's taking this.
Yeah.
Let her go!
Yeah, I don't think so. And don't you dare come any closer.
Standing there mildly annoyed.
I've got
Yeah.
an emblem ring. It'd be so easy to kill her.
Remember how the
Sorry, everyone.
illusion kids
I
are
didn't
supposed to
realize
be
she was still
somehow.
on Illusia's side.
Why did you not realize
I
that?
don't
We
see
never
any
told
other
you
soldiers.
otherwise.
Did you get in by yourself?
This lady's dumb. How's she a queen?
I told the guards I'd been separated from Ivy, and they let me walk right in.
Everyone is dumb.
Now, you've got a choice. Hand over the rings, or I kill the queen.
Queen, you're behind her. Grab her!
And then Fogato shot her from outside the palace.
CQC, lady!
Don't do this.
Ivy, it's been a while.
You just now noticed she was there?
I thought you were dead.
Oh, well, if you're alive and you're cool with this, I guess I don't need to be a villain, is what she should be saying.
I was so relieved when I heard you'd made it.
Wait.
But now what? You're with them?
Oh my Christ.
Well, I
didn't know you were so
Since Father
stupid. How
sacrificed
could my little
himself,
sister be such a fucking
Illusia
moron?
has been working in concert with Lord Sombron.
You know, as opposed to before he died and they were only,
But
working with him.
you abandoned us! Abandoned me! Took sides with the enemy!
Shoot her!
You're a traitor, Ivy! A stinking traitor!
I can't wait for them to talk about this.
I have not betrayed anyone.
Ever!
Please, hear me out.
Dyes her hair blonde, puts on sunglasses. I've never betrayed anybody in my life.
I don't want to hear another word out of your dirty, double-crossing mouth! Just give me the rings!
Claire's just like,
No, Hortensia.
I don't fucking have time for this garbage.
Now go stand in the corner.
I'm sorry! Did I not make myself clear? Hand them over or I kill the queen!
I'm very
I heard
serious.
But I'm not doing what you ask.
Sorry, Tamara. Your
I'd be
mom's
throwing away
dead,
everything
just like
she,
mine.
Tamara, Fogato, and the people of Solm have done.
Which is protecting themselves. Hang on, I need to rethink this.
I mean, they've
I
done a better
won't
job
give you the
protecting
rings.
themselves than,
And I won't
Chex
let you
knows
kill Queen Sephora.
every other place in this setting.
Yeah, and now Alir's like, I won't throw away what they've done
I agree with
by
the
sacrificing the queen.
Those rings are staying with us.
Right.
But whatever, it's not
If
like
we let
any of
the
this
belt
makes any
dragon
sense
have
anyway.
them, my country and my people are doomed. So threaten us all you want. Take my whole family hostage if it makes you happy.
In fact, I'll be your hostage. I'm coming
I
over.
stand for Solm, and I always will.
God, I want to make a joke. Twitch.
There she is, the future queen of Solm. And her ally, the divine dragon.
Oh, thanks, lady.
What's wrong with you? This is your mother. You're supposed to be scared.
You should have brought something.
And you're
to prep-
supposed to be in the nursery, but look, here we are.
Cry already. Cower and beg for her life. Give me what I want.
Oh my god. What the fuck is this character?
What I need the rings. It's the only way to bring Father.
Yeah, Warrior just pointed out, if she didn't know Ivy switched sides, then how did she know to pretend she was looking for Ivy to get into the palace? That's a good point.
Hortensia. He's gone. The fell dragon murdered him. You watched it happen.
But I wasn't in that cutscene!
No, that was Vor, not Snuff. There's a difference.
Oh my god. So we're just throwing Twitch TOS out the window, is that it?
I have to try. I have to save Father and Illusia.
Oh my god. It's a really good vocal performance. It fits perfectly, but...
Back how it was before.
I know how you feel.
With Brodia invading and kicking our ass.
r/shitpost Emblem just like
No.
trying to find the escape routes right now.
Right? I'll kill her. I'll do
Oh
it.
my god, time is a circle.
Look at the queen over there just being like,
don't think
Jesus
you
Christ.
Oh, this poor bitch.
Just fucking sweep
You
the
know
leg!
pain of losing a parent.
Go for
Oh my god! How can people stand this shitty ass writing?
Well,
Holy
get on
fuck!
with it then, if that's what you truly
Do
want. Are
something!
we doing this or
We are 5 minutes into this fucking stream and I'm already losing my goddamn
The
mind.
queen speaks for all of us. Are we doing this or aren't we?
She needs her
Wow.
sister now. It's all right, Hortensia. Oh, I've been so worried about you.
On account of how fucking stupid you are. I thought you'd pull shit like this.
Now it'd be an interesting twist if they like went in for the hug and then Hortensia was like, haha, knife!
Oh,
I'm
Jesus
afraid I have
Christ.
to cut the reunion.
How did you get in? Did you also say you were looking for Ivy?
Yes.
Zephyr.
What are you doing here? Missed you too, Divine One. I must thank you for helping us gather so many.
Anybody who says like this game's story doesn't take itself seriously.
All of them,
doesn't
I
know
thought.
what words mean.
Until the princess's, rather, former princess's thievery came to light.
How long did it take to come to light, given that I assume Zelkov just pickpocketed all this shit off of Vale?
I mean, we still don't know how they got it, so...
Princess Hortensia.
Of course, it's not thievery when we do it.
Taking a ring without permission, sneaking off to a place like this. Naughty, naughty.
Like that John Parr song.
I was just
Lord
thinking.
Sombron and Lady Vale's orders were clear. To wait, to watch.
Shoot her!
Oh, your retainers, by the way. They tried to stop us.
Lord Sombron is just
They
like,
failed.
I just like to watch those guys.
I hate this.
Where are they? What did you do to Goldmary and Rosado?
You'll have to see for yourself. Now, we hadn't planned on making a move this early. But since we're here, it would be a shame to return home without a few souvenirs. Marnie, Mavier, wouldn't you agree?
We're here somehow, too.
How does anybody get anywhere in this game? How come we have to walk?
They spawn!
Everybody
They
else.
spawn into the room!
Hounds.
How
I
come
did not
we have to
expect
walk
it
to
would
new
be so
places
easy
and
to enter
they
the
can just be like,
impregnable
"Whoop."
Solm Palace.
Zephyr.
Stop pointing out how stupid this is!
She's not much use anymore.
But if we lampshade it,
Where is the queen? I don't think she's in the scene anymore.
Sombron will want to savor every last drop of sovereign blood.
Ah, I gotcha.
We're good guys.
Queen Sephoria!
If only we could have done something.
What a good girl
What the
you
fuck?
are, Princess Hortensia. Coming here to get rings for Lord
Did they just
Sombron.
off-screen her?
I think they,
Now that
I
the
think
three
they
of us are
off-screen
here, why
grabbed
don't
her
we
despite
help finish what you
everybody
started?
being around.
We can kill them all and head back home to Illusia. What do you say?
But
Yeah. Okay.
But I-
So
I can't.
So the queen was standing just behind Hortensia, which means Alir, Ivy, and Tamara, and Hortensia, and the queen had to let Marnie walk up past Hortensia, get the queen right in front of these three assholes and their rings, and then walk elsewhere?
I'm just thinking, like, there's so many easy ways to prevent this where you don't even have to change the writing at all. Just like have them on like higher ground or something, and have like a guy with like a bow, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, we can't go up there; they'll shoot, and then we'll be dead, and that would be inconvenient. Or have them just conjure like a fucking like dark flame wall or some shit.
Yeah.
With all the rings, then Father will.
That's right. King Hyacinth will be resurrected. We'll make everything just as it was before.
This story so much.
Just as it was before.
My unrelated narcolepsy. I'm better now.
I will kill them all. I will take their rings. It's the only way to save Father.
Is she really going to fight us?
Is
Hortensia?
that really their
Snap out of
excuse
it,
of
please.
mind control?
Hortensia!
She can't hear you, unfortunately. Enjoy killing one another, won't you?
Okay, lady, if you're not gonna do anything and just watch her, we have fought her before. She had people with her that time. It didn't go great for her.
It's okay. Every time the screen goes to black, more people load in.
No, more people, like, unload, I think.
This.
We're here now. Okay.
We're in a different part of the palace. You know, where we can teleport in, same as we always have.
It's like they just never learn how to actually fucking make these cutscenes.
Yeah.
It's like they think they're still on the fucking GBA, and it's just like portraits moving about on an abstract background. So you can just kind of imagine, like, how the scene's supposed to look.
And, like... Alright, so I think this is the room all this was supposed to be happening in. Maybe? Who the fuck can tell anymore? What is this? A hill tile? Those are neat. Periodic reminder. I do like this game's gameplay quite a bit. It's also just, though, the fuck.
Hey, remember when we had a Fire Emblem game that didn't have mind control in it? That was cool.
Yeah, I remember the last game.
Yeah. Would have been nice if they, kept that going.
So we got a lot of lances, a lot of flyers, a lot of axes, not many swords.
I can't with this fucking game. I don't even want to talk about the localization anymore.
Ah, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. It's this game's fault for being
You
garbage.
had a big rant, like, we'll get that rant out at some point. Basically, Nintendo of America has an asexual, aromantic agenda. You are not allowed to feel. Only platform. No,
I was gonna...
no meaning, only jump.
I was gonna get really passionate about it and be like, this is like... Nintendo is like doing this shit. And then it's like, it's not worth going to bat for this fucking game. This story's garbage. No matter what.
Should swap person. Damn, Alfred, I want to keep using you, but like, there's no reason really to bring like any lances at all. Like, there's this dude. This is it. This is the one guy who thought to bring. Oh no.
Did I somehow fucking turn on lip sync again and now I've got your voice?
Ha ha! I have the rosy lips.
Nope, I unnabbed them. Putting another quarter into nostrils brings up 3 hours of suck. Ah, joke's on you. I brought it up. It was me. It was me, Barry!
Guess we'll bring this asshole. Guess we'll bring Boosh. A healer. No, get out of Alright, so this is an important question. Do we want this motherfucker who goes, "Ah," like he's fucking Adam Levine, or...
I do not want Adam Levine in my party.
Okay, well, it's him or Fran?
Then we go with Fram.
Alright. Fran confirmed better than Adam Levine.
Most people are better than Adam Levine.
There is a decent number of flying assholes here.
Hello, new person. Welcome to the Rosie and Awful Zone. We are exasperated at this game's story, but we're trudging on because the gameplay's good.
Yeah.
I swear the gameplay's good.
Gameplay's very good.
Why is this my username? Oh, are you someone else? I don't know.
Who are you? Where are you going? When are you coming home?
Who are you? Like that fucking Nintendo ad campaign. It all comes back to Nintendo of America making no sense.
Alright, this is Alright, we'll make this one. Ah, wait. Let's get you
It's a me. I don't know anyone named
A. Is that A? But A
Oh,
has
look,
different names.
Maybe that's why they're wondering why this is their username now. Mysteries. This is a stream of mysteries. Like the mystery of where those master seals went, what happened to your username,
What?
why this game is like this.
I'm so confused.
Okay, real talk, the localization.
Yeah, let's get back to that.
So, I found all these like direct translations. My Japanese is like not great, but as far as I can tell, these translations are pretty accurate. The localized game makes a lot of shit up, and there's this weird pattern where they seem to just like hate anyone having feelings of any sort. Like, it's not just a matter of like, oh, well, you know, according to internal data, these characters are underage, so let's just like scrub them having any sort of like, because you know when you turn 18, you promptly get a sex drive. Like the government sends it to you, right?
Yeah,
But you know, but that would be like, okay, you're going a little crazy there, by being like, you know, trying to be less risque than Beverly Hills 90210. But I guess I see where you were coming from. But they do this with all the characters. Like, basically no one is allowed to acknowledge romantic feelings, sexual feelings, any sort of desire, any sort of just like acknowledging that they have been touched by another character is not allowed in this game. And it's really weird because that's what causes some of these supports to just be so bland and
As you like.
Like, it kind of sucks that one of my favorite
I'm
examples
ready.
is Gold Mary, who we haven't actually recruited yet.
Yeah.
That should be happening soon, going by the story here. No?
No, we should. But
Okay.
also, I played around and did a little something evil with Diamant. Take a look at his crit percentage. Oh yeah.
And that's just gonna get better, isn't it?
Oh yeah. I can still upgrade that more. There we go.
I do love a game you can snap the hell in half. But yeah, Gold Mary in the Japanese version, she really wants to seduce guys. That's her thing.
She wants to.
And she has a really specific
My will
idea of
is
like,
firm.
this is the ideal woman according to guys. So
Here
she's
goes.
like, she's really conceited. She's like, I have the perfect body, I have the perfect skills. And I guess it's kind of traditionalist because she's all about like, yeah, you know, cooking and cleaning is important to get guys. Which is apparently not allowed because she still likes cooking and cleaning, but now she gets criticized because how is that going to help her fight the corrupted? Instead of Etier being like, no, actually, guys like girls like me with abs. Which, you know, that would immediately like get the interest of quite a lot of people on the internet if
Oh
that
my-
was the conversation in the English
internet
version.
would be on fire in like a good way.
But no, not allowed. And just a lot of things are like this, like,
No mistakes.
like you're not allowed to like call another
Whatever you
character
need.
pretty. You're not allowed to like say anything about like it's
I'm all
so
set.
odd. Like
Whatever
we
you
know that
say.
Louis is like a creeper, right? Like he watches
Shall we?
people, and in Japanese, it's like way more played up. Like
Your
he
steward's ready.
specifically wants to watch girls. He's like a weirdo. He's like a guy who reads too many Yuri manga and then like treats real people like Yuri characters. But they keep changing it in English so that he's just watching people. And anyone who points out like, hey, that's kind of creepy. Not technically illegal, but like, don't do that. And they downplay that as well. So they keep downplaying things so much that it's like the game isn't even condemning things that are fucky. Which is just, that's just a classic localization issue, right? Like when they dubbed Sailor Moon and they were like, oh, we can't have these two characters be gay, so we'll make them cousins.
Oops.
But, you know, the animation and the story are still as they are, so now they're just incestuous cousins. And still obviously gay. So, there's a thing early on, you remember when you first get Celica with Saline and,
Oh yeah, yeah.
you know, Saline, like, you know, equips Celica, and in Japanese, she's like, amazing, it's Emblem Celica, she's so beautiful. Divine Dragon, please let me, like, make use of her power. And then Alira's like, yeah, sure thing. And in the English version, not only do they, like, make it so she doesn't say Celica's beautiful, because that's not allowed, but also, they add, like, this weird little bit where she's like, with your approval, Divine Dragon, and hers, of course, I will make use of her power. So, it's like this weird passive-aggressive thing of like, you did not ask for the consent of the Ring Ghost! And the best part is, since this doesn't exist in Japanese, Celica doesn't say anything because the Emblem Rings don't fucking matter as characters in this game.
Nintendo of America says silence is consent.
They obviously do.
That's not us, you know, exaggerating for humor. They definitely do.
Yeah.
It's in the game.
And the whole, like, downplaying, like, any sort of affection thing, like, it just, like, erases, like, a bunch of, like, just, like, little nuances. Like, there's a scene where Vale, talks about the time that Alir bandaged her leg. And in Japanese, she recalls, like, your hands were so warm, which immediately tells you so much about her character. Like, you can immediately infer so much about the fact that she's, like, surprised that someone's touch is warm. And in English, she just says, that was so kind. Can't do that either.
Like you could easily get that as just like, oh, you have such kind hands, which is, you know, a thing people have said in stories. But nope.
But, like, you know, in the previous mainline Fire Emblem game, there was a whole really important line, a really iconic line about Byleth's hands being warm. And people remember that because that's such a, like, powerful image and it tells you so much about a character. Not anymore. But even in Three Houses, Treehouse, or whatever the fuck they call their in-house localization now, it really doesn't matter. So much shit just getting, like downplayed or removed of characters, like, having romantic feelings for each other, especially gay stuff. So, you know, put that on the list. Nintendo of America hates gay people, hates any sort of intimacy. You you are a number, not a name. They're going full.
Nintendo of America hates the gays and the straights.
Who's the CEO? Big Brother? Oh no! Okay, you know, that's going a bit far, but there's definitely just, like, a really weird thing where it seems like they have some sort of active contempt for games that actually have, like, story and characters, because the same thing happened in Breath of the Wild, where the journal entries in the Japanese version actually, like, have Link be a character who cares about Zelda's feelings.
Yeah.
All of that scrubbed from
Shocking.
the English version for reasons I can't even begin to try to explain. Because I really don't know, like,
Pretty weak.
I can really only assume that they just hate this type of game.
It's the only, like, explanation that I can come up with is, like, they just don't like, they're like, you should be going out and becoming invested in real people, not your fake characters. But, you know, this never shows through on, like, you know, a fucking Mario game, because what's there to take out? Mario jumps on shit. You can't, like, you know, ruin that the way they do with this sort of thing.
And, you know, for a while, I was thinking, like, this is Nintendo playing it as safe as possible, because we're in this weird time where, like, anyone's, like, identity or sexuality is really politicized. So, to avoid possibly making anyone anywhere angry, there will just be none of that. No one will have anything. But the Breath of the Wild thing is just so bizarre. Like, I don't even understand what, like, it's not like it... Would anyone get mad if that was in the English version? Would they be like, oh, he said Zelda would like a thing! How dare he? Three Hopes at a different localization team? Correct!
Yeah.
That was done by 8-4, who also did, Echoes, which is famously just, like, the best Fire Emblem localization, if you ask me. They did Shadow Dragon, which, you know, Shadow Dragon, not the most deep story to begin with, but it's a very charming localization. There are a lot of fun, good lines in that.
I'll go to bat for Shadow Dragon.
I think they
even
did...
as a game.
Yeah, I think they did Awakening as well, which I'm not as much of a fan of that localization.
Well, I think with Awakening, it's probably just there wasn't a whole lot there for anybody.
Yeah, but...
Sorry, Awakening.
But that one does strike me as a little weird because it has some, like, things we would come to know as fatesisms.
Yeah.
Um...
Well, you know, it's also like you know, how much of this is probably in the games.
Well, I mean more like, you know, like things that were like unnecessary changes to like character names and things. So I'm just like, why did you bother doing that? And that seems to be a Treehouse thing of just like changing things because they want to. And I think there have been cases before of like people working for Treehouse just like kind of being, you know, going on Twitter and being like, oh, I'm glad I get to change this thing I don't agree with. And, you know, there's never any nuance anymore in these things, so it's always like you either like support everything or you're opposed to everything, so you can't so you know it's either gonna be like you are a woke skulled SJW who like supports censorship, or it's like you're a pedophile and a homophobe and you're like supporting these things. There can't be any nuance there. But the truth is, sometimes they make changes that are good because Fates and Engage are both written by people with some fucking weird ideas that aren't okay. They also change a lot of stuff that they have no business touching. And that is what we're mad about right here. And I think we should all, like, you know... I think we should make a big deal of this because they keep doing this. They've been doing this shit for years. We need to, like, call attention to the fact that they are, like... They are taking sandpaper to art. They are, like...
And this is done. You can't fix Engage's localization or Treehouse's localization. What are you gonna do? Get all the VAs back into the booth? No, that'll never happen.
Yeah, it'd have to be like a big project, and people would have to make a massive stink about it.
Yeah.
And Nintendo's not going to do that, because they're going to be like, you're going to buy our games, we're Nintendo, we don't have to give a shit. But if we all make a stink, if you, like, tell all your friends, tell all your social medias, tell your enemies, because I think we're all on the same page about this, stop fucking with the scripts!
Yeah.
Like, this wasn't high art to begin with, but you made it so much worse. And it doesn't even end there. Did you have something you wanted to insert there?
Yeah, Nintendo of America encourages minors to pursue romantic relationships with adults.
Yep.
Because they changed this, so, like, you know, they looked at, like, you know, it's not a great thing that, you know, Intelligent Systems was like, alright, let's make Anna a 10-year-old girl in this. Let's also include, like, a 10 or 11-year-old boy.
Yeah,
and also make it so that the player character, Lear, can get a, you know, romantic ending with every single character in the game, including those two.
That's bad. We can all agree
bad, yeah.
Pedophilia bad, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely change that one in a fucking heartbeat. The problem is, they were then like, oh shit, we need to arbitrarily change it so that every character who has an internal age that never comes up in the game, that is younger than 18, does not have a, like, obviously romantic ending with the player character. Problem is, the player character, their internal age is 17. they cannot date people their age, but they can marry Vander.
Yeah.
They can marry Ivy. They can marry Diamant, who I believe, according to the internal age stuff, is 28.
Yeah, they're
like 17-year-old. Like Nintendo of America is saying 17-year-old people cannot date other 17-year-olds. Perfectly fine to date 28-year-olds.
Yeah.
That's what happens when they try to overcorrect so bad. And if anybody comes at you with like, well, Alir's actually over 1,000 years old, so it's fine. You take a picture of Noe from Fire Emblem Awakening and be like, okay, here's Noe. What's the difference?
exactly.
Why
And
is it bad for like them and not
Yeah,
TV?
like Alir can't like if Alir as supports Rosado in the English version, really platonic, not much to it. They are the same age, and in Japanese it comes so much more alive. Like there are S support conversations that are like downright passionate in this game, and God knows it needs all the life it can get in its writing. So I think it's just really fucked that they just wipe all of this. And some people have raised the argument of like, but what if the player is an adult and then they can romance an underage character? You're not playing as an adult though.
You're like, yeah.
This is like complaining that adults can watch TV and watch teen dramas. Can't watch teen dramas if you're 18. Go to jail. Do not pass go.
Fuck off.
I don't. But, you know, it doesn't even end there. Because obviously, when I found out there's so much of this stuff that is just so much more alive in Japanese.
You're done.
Noffles, your mic is fading out pretty badly. We're using one mic.
The kitchen.
He refuses to buy a second mic, so it's because he's too far away. I guess he could scoot over, I don't know. But yeah. Where was I? Yeah. Obviously, when I found out that so much of these supports, the wake-up convos, all of that was so much better in Japanese, I started thinking, what about the T supports? What about Snake Sandwich? Is any of that better in Japanese? So I went and looked those supports up on YouTube, and again, my Japanese is far from perfect. I am just like, you know, learning. I am really early on in my journey of learning Japanese, but if I have a script and I can listen for, like, you know, the important keywords, I can generally figure out if something has been, like, altered as heavily as these conversations. These conversations, though, the Salene's T supports and the whole Snake Sandwich thing, basically the same dialogue in Japanese. I don't think the Snake Sandwich thing reads as an innuendo as much in Japanese, to my knowledge. I could be wrong on that. But here's the thing, though. You listen to that Japanese voice acting saying those things, and I'm like, oh, this is incredibly gay. Because, you know, I've watched enough Yuri shows to know when it's like something incredibly mundane is happening. They're having a conversation about just like basic shit, but it's just dripping with that gay energy.
If I may.
So when Selene and Chloe are talking about like, oh, we love tea so much, when we have the chance, we'll go to all the tea farms. And when we were like getting that support in the game here, we were just like, why is this so boring, right?
Yeah.
You listen to that in Japanese and it's like, oh, they are like in love. Like that, there's like nothing like, and even the Snake Sandwich thing where it's Chloe and Fram, it's like, it's very class S. It's very like Kohai and Senpai thing there. And Fram is like adorable, like, you know, when she like eats the sandwich and she's like, oh, this is so delicious and everything. And Chloe just has like that big sister energy going on. And you know, it's still, you know, it's very fan servicey writing. It's not like, you know, deep or anything, but
Thank you kindly.
it makes so much more sense. So once again, stop letting Patrick Seitz direct these games. I'm begging you, Nintendo. Because when you got Wendy Lee to do Echoes, it was fantastic.
And Wendy Lee's in this game. She was available. Really gotta get Lee.
Patrick Seitz seems like a really cool guy.
Yeah. He can't direct for shit.
He's just not very good at that part. Like, he should stick to acting, I think. because there's just a pattern of every time Patrick Stites directs one of these games, he drops the ball on a lot of things. Like lines are just delivered in the wrong way where it completely fucks up the nuance. Characters don't seem to be having the same conversation. That's always a pet peeve of mine. And I know sometimes with game scripts this gets confusing because the lines are not given to you in the proper order. But you have to, like, figure out, like, the conversation, right, that they're having. And then the word emphasis tells you that the second person in a conversation, that actor doesn't know that topic has already been established. So they'll emphasize that word, and it always sounds weird. And then there's all the weird fucking pronunciations that are always in things directed by Patrick Stites. So I gotta... How do you get ire from A-E-G-I-R? And we're stuck with that forever now because it's a meme. If they ever do a Blazing Blade remake, we're fucked! Because the pronunciation of that word is really important! I'm losing my mind a little, but, like, I'm just... Stop being bad at your job, everyone.
Is it over?
Okay, that was my rant, I think. I think I'm done.
You good?
Yeah, I'm done.
Barely.
I'm good.
So the world building in this game sucks.
Oh, man.
Smooth segue.
Yeah. We also have Bird in the chat. I don't know whose Twitch name that is. Everyone's got different names on Twitch. I gotta relearn everyone.
I like
For
that
the
game.
divine dragon.
Goddamn, gameplay's so good. Alright, I wish the rest was...
Yeah,
Good.
Punchy Healers is still one of the best ideas in this game. I think... I'm kind of surprised they never did it before.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's one of those cases where they looked at 3 houses, and they were like, this could be better. Because they had brawlers in that, and I never understood why they were there. Because it's not even like there was weapon triangle or anything. Punching Healers is a great addition.
Remember.
Oh, this is terrible. Doing this.
Yes, I do know that Wario, but on Twitch, is in fact Wario.
But on Twitch?
Yeah,
Ah.
he is on Twitch.
Wow.
We are on Twitch.
Whoa! I am?
Yes. Isn't she with Yunaka? I don't know. Did you not deploy her? Where is she then?
Did she get, like, KO'd?
Well, we wouldn't notice that.
Yeah.
Why do we keep losing people on things in this game? No, that's her, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, there she is.
I was too caught up in, like, going insane to notice where you put Yunaka. Okay, fine, I'll admit not literally everyone has a completely different name, guys. Jeez.
A fine recipe.
Gee, I wonder what his quirk is.
Oh, man.
Oh boy, I wonder how this will work out for
It's kind of weird that, like, some of the,
You
like,
put up
really
a good
goofy
fight.
shit, like having a character who is a chef, like, they don't really take that far enough, because I would want to know, like, okay, what sort of, like, chef-related fight skills does he have? Like, you know?
Yeah.
Let him like, bake cookies and throw them or something, I don't know, I don't cook. But, like, he's still just, like, you know, an axe guy, and he just happens to say a lot of, like, cooking-related things.
Jesus Christ, these people and their speed, it sucks! Can't believe you're making me use this axe person. Like, good lord.
Me first!
I'm sorry you had to see that.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, you had to feel that also.
Sorry, every time I have to see those face markings. What were you thinking?
Well, now that I kind of understand what they were
Ready
probably
for a
going
fight.
for, I'm like, okay. I still don't think you should be wearing black in the desert.
Yeah.
like furry ruffles, but you know.
That's true. Famous last words in Fire Emblem.
Maybe she just gets cold like
Ready to
really
order?
easily. I don't know.
Maybe she's anemic.
Wait, what does that have to do with it?
I don't know. Alright, I am gonna want these treasure chests. You are presumably the only one.
Which characters can wear alt outfits in battle? Yes, absolutely. I don't really understand why they like went through all that trouble to have the alternate outfits and then only make them appear in a Somniel where you'll barely see them. 'Cause I don't think they even show up in supports, do they?
Nope. They only wear them when they're standing around.
There's a lot of odd things in this game.
Yes,
like-
exceptionally. It's
Yeah.
like we already had our big spiel about how this game's development was not nearly as smooth as anyone could have imagined.
Yeah, like, you know, get the gameplay designers for this, put those on the next FE. Everyone else can go back to WarioWare or whatever. I think that's more their speed. I'm not shitting on WarioWare, I'm just saying, a lot of these people, from what I looked at in the credits, they have not worked on Fire Emblem before, but they did work on WarioWare.
I mean, I think Nintendo of America would prefer people working on WarioWare.
They preferred if there was only WarioWare.
Exactly.
And you know who else prefers that? Wario. Not the guy in chat, the character Wario.
I am really not a fan of, like, you don't get supports on it.
You know how they have like the chat AI where it's just like fictional characters and stuff?
Yeah.
Someone did one where it was like they were talking to Wario and they were like, "Wario, do you support trans rights?" And he's like, "Yes! Everyone should be happy so they can give me more money."
Like, we joke, but that is basically Disney's strategy. Is Disney was like, hey, transgender people, minorities of all kinds, they have, like, money. Things should be better for them, so they can give Disney more money.
Yeah, but then they keep doing the thing of like, our first gay character, and they're a villain, and then they die.
Yep.
So I don't think they entirely understand the assignment here.
Nope.
WarioWare is great, but I do wish to take a break from it and make more Wario Land games again. That's fair. I've never really gotten into Wario Land. I played the first one on Game Boy a little bit. It creeps me out a little. I don't know if like the tone of the other games in the series changes, but like it felt like they were really like trying to establish Wario. So they just went a little overboard and making him like really weird and off kilter.
Oh. It's only booty.
Eh.
That's not.
Now I won't be able to wake the Divine One up in the morning.
Now I won't be able to lift, bro. Oh, good on them. They hit.
Yeah. We're doing this again. Tiamon's getting effed.
Oh, there's the sword people. Oh. You assholes back. Yes.
Yeah, this game needs like a I don't know, like an arcade mode where you just do the maps
Yeah.
and there's just no story at all. Or you just replace like all the dialogue with random clips from Hololive or something.
Oh my god. Hollow Emblem. When?
Like you get to this and Hortensia's just like, I'm a goofy.
Remember this.
All the wake up quotes are just for Renato Caillou doing beep boop, beep boop.
First Wario Land's a classic, but the gameplay style's a lot different from later WLs. I'll check them out at some point.
This ends now.
Yeah, they look pretty interesting. There's one that, I don't know which one this is, but it has like the really nice high resolution to the graphics. That one looks very cool.
Now, we got some shit to work. Sweet. Down our... one of our...
But, you know, the first Mario Land was really odd, so it stands to reason that the first Wario Land would also be really odd. And then in between was Mario Land 2, which I love. Some people think that game's weird. I have a ton of nostalgia for Mario Land 2. That was kind of one of my, like, defining Mario games as a kid, because I didn't have an NES or any way to play, like, the original Brothers games. I played a bunch of Mario World at my cousin's house because he had a Super Nintendo. And then Mario Land 2 was, like, a Game Boy game I had, so... you know, that game and Mario World were really, like, my idea of what Mario is. So I love Mario Land 2. I had a friend who had an N64, and Mario 64 was, like, his Mario game that defined, like, what Mario is. And I'd never played an N64. I didn't know what Mario 64 was, so...
I still have never played it.
But yeah, it's like, you know, we had a completely different ideas of what Super Mario was supposed to be.
This way, just in case.
I can't help but notice that we always end up, like, talking about other games during our Engage things.
Oh, I wonder why.
It makes us happy.
Yeah.
Even though, once again, gameplay here is really good.
Yeah.
I wonder if this game's gonna get, like, super hacked because it was made in Unity.
Oh, please, God. Maybe then they'd, like, be able to, like, put a good story in.
Yeah. I don't...
You'd have to play it entirely without voices. But...
Yeah. I don't know how, like, I know Unity is an engine, but I don't know, like, how easy it is to, like, reverse engineer a game made in it. Because if you could just, like, completely, like, alter everything, that would, like, really open up some stuff. Like, would you be able to, like, port it to other platforms?
Oh, man.
If anyone from Nintendo's watching, this is all happening in Minecraft. It's not real. I'm not advocating reverse engineering anything.
Nobody tell them I've cracked NES cartridges.
With a hammer.
It wasn't a hammer, honey. It was a screwdriver.
Pizza Tower just came out, and apparently it's great. I've never heard of that one. I don't know what that is. You know what Pizza Tower is?
I don't know. Oh, my face! He got some airtime.
How awful!
Oh no! Somebody killed him.
Let's do this.
Back over here in Happy Fun Time Land. Like what Yunaka hated him.
So funny to me that they're like, yeah, you know, Lyn, the Lord with a bow.
Here we go.
Like, I am all for that if that means that in a future Blazing Blade remake she will be able to use bows, because why the hell couldn't she to begin with? But it is absolutely a lie. I also want them to give her back the ability to use Durandal, which she had in a prototype that I don't know anything about, Nintendo, so don't at me.
Unless you have a sponsorship.
But yeah, she had that ability, she had a unique animation for it and everything, and then they were like, nah. Eliwood and Hector are the only people who matter in that fight, and maybe Canis if you've got him with the right tome.
Allow me.
That really bothered me, because, you know, at the end of the game is where everyone should come together, and instead it's just like, alright, everyone just chill the fuck out while Eliwood and Hector do all the work.
No, that'd be smack. Oh god, it was just like, I live here, you know. You could have just asked me and I would have unlocked the door. Hey everybody,
I mean,
the Divine Dragon's into vandalism.
Weren't they in the previous map just like destroying like buildings and shit to get around? So I don't think Fogado really has like his people's, you know.
The game thinks they do. Actually, you know, like Yunaka's a thief. Can she just like
Door. Goodbye, door.
Can anybody open the chest?
Fogado's just like, so you don't even need to break it.
Boots. Fogado's like, oh, so you're stealing my shoes now? Okay.
But they increase move. We need it. You don't. You have a horse.
We'll just have to wait for the next one. Anyway, these people. I like that. I mean it.
Were you gonna say anything else about this game's world building being ass, or?
Alright, yeah. Let me tell you all what Rosie has already heard. So, like the backstory of this game, right, is that the fell dragon Sombrero,
Jesus Christ, honey.
Showed up, and then like you know, Helios is plunged into war, and all the kingdoms got to team up to stop him, and then nothing happened, apparently. Everything was fine until the game starts. And it just made me be like, what the fuck happened in 1,000 years? Just like, if 1,000 years passed, something must have happened, right? Like, what kind of history did this place have? And the answer is there's none. The writers didn't care. And, like, that bothers me because it just makes this place feel increasingly phony. Like, Helios entirely looks like a goddamn playset. Like, oh, buy the Solm Castle playset today!
It'd be a pretty rad playset, though.
It would be. But it's just like, you know, I like, if this game ostensibly has a story, then you should probably be doing things with that story.
It's also just like, what was the technology level like back then?
Yeah. It's like, oh, we needed emblems to help fight against the fell something or other. And it's just like, okay, so why haven't you made more emblems? Why do they summon people from other worlds instead of your own? Like, just why hasn't anything, like, you know, changed in 1,000 years? The kingdoms still have the same, like, you know, stereotypes, basically. Of, like, you know, oh, 1,000 years have passed. This is still the Peace Kingdom. This is still the Fighting Kingdom. This is still the Winter Kingdom. That's apparently the bad guys. Shut up. And it's just like, why?
Yeah,
like,
because
as a writer, it just makes me be like, I don't know how you like actively avoid anything.
yeah, because like I pointed out, like, oh well, you know, Brody has been invading Illusion, then you pointed out that that was all King Moron, right?
Yep, that only happened in.
So like,
yep.
For like nearly 1,000 years, no one had a problem with the Fell Dragon being sealed there, and then this guy had to screw everything up.
Yep.
So he's literally at fault for everything in this game. Right?
Yep. I also gave him a killer axe. I haven't upgraded it to the way I have a killer sword, but you know, it's useful for.
It's like, you know, people are always like, oh, you know, here's your, you know, generic medieval fantasy, like, aesthetic and everything. But you take any 1,000-year interval in the history of the human species, I'm pretty sure things are looking pretty different at either end of that, right?
And, like, I always bring up the Belgaria with this game, and I'm going to again, but first I'm going to talk about fucking... That's going to come in handy, because I'm pretty sure that works on Zephyr. Now I'm going to bring up a different game for once, actually. A different book series. I'm going to bring up The Wheel of Time. So, like, thousands of years pass between the prologue, which is awesome. Rosie's read it. It's a great prologue. And, like, the main action of the series, which is at, like, you know, they are just beginning to, like, invent gunpowder. Like, cannons get invented by, like, by like the end of the series, and even then they're like an offshoot of fireworks. So it's still like swords and bows and shit. And the reason, like, you know, so little has changed between, like, the, you know, over thousands of years and why they're still at, like, medieval stasis type stuff is because, like, you know, every so often, I can't remember the exact interval, one of the chief bad guys would, you know, like, be able to slip out of his prison into the real world and look around and be like, oh shit, can't let people get too uppity or, like, have too much progress. I have to bomb them back to the Stone Age again. So he sets up, like, you know, various calamities to keep, you know, mankind mostly there. Like, alright, you know, that's that. As far as things go, that's a pretty good, serviceable explanation for why it's like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's still your favorite medieval fantasy. The Belgaria goes a different angle with it, and their thing is that the universe is literally stuck, repeating like certain events over and over and over again. It's why, like, between the big backstory war and like the present action of the Belgariad, the same kingdoms have the same tropes, have the same, like, you know, things they're all about. The map has not changed. And it's because, like, yeah, until this, like, these two prophecies can meet, duke it out, and one of them comes on top, the world is basically stuck on pause. History cannot, like, meaningfully advance. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, the main characters succeed at doing their things, and history starts. Like, that's also another really cool way for them to explain, like, alright, this is why, you know, we've got all these incredibly many years of backstory, and, you know, we're still at, like, you know, swords and sorcery level. Yeah. This game is just like, yeah, that's it, we're there, deal with it. And, you know, this is a bit of a problem with other, like, Fire Emblems too, better ones. But the way they get around it is by having enough interesting shit going on in the present day that you don't worry about it. Engage does not have that.
Yeah, but the other Fire Emblem games also tend to talk about those things in pretty vague terms, so you don't really know what they had at that time.
Quick change!
And, there's so many fantasy narratives that take the approach of, like, you find, like, ancient tech and it's, like, all futuristic.
Yeah.
Because that gives you such a good idea of, like, oh yeah, you know, they were at an advanced level, and then things went wrong, and that explains, like, so clearly, and, like, you know, even kind of, like...
That's the Wheel of Time. They used to be, like, at, like, future magic tech, and then humanity got, like, bombed back to the Stone Age so hard that continents changed.
Wario wants a version of this where Shez is in Alir's ring instead of Marth, so that instead of dispensing calm, rational advice, she just keeps encouraging Alir to solve all her problems with excessive violence. It would make this game a lot faster.
And more tolerant.
Yeah.
And then, you know, ETA secures the kill. Is her weak?
Pretty weak.
She can't do her like, arm pumping. Maybe we should have made her a sniper. No. The bed to be broken. 1 out 3. I'm starting to like Diamant's aesthetics. Yes! I really like Diamant. Largely because out of everybody, he's just seen, like, A, there's the gameplay side, but also, like, he seems to just be an actual Fire Emblem character. Which is pretty refreshing in this game. And again, the boss room.
For Lucia.
It is still really weird that she's just going for Illusia while fighting on your side. And it's like, okay, I know you have the long game of saving your country by, like, fighting against the evil people that have taken it over, but...
You're being weird.
Yeah.
You're gonna make the Brodians uncomfortable.
Well, it's just like when you're fighting a war, there's a reason that you're like color coded, so that no one gets confused about who you are and what you're doing, so you don't get shot in the back by your own guys. So if you're just like, you know, if you're just like openly like announcing you're doing this for the other side, some people might get confused by that.
Yeah.
Was that too much?
Yeah. Yeah, Yunaka continues to be best girl because I
won't
love the weird
flinch.
gremlins. Possibly because I am one.
You're up. There's... Man, I love how the setup for this chapter is like, oh no, the queen is in peril! And it's just like, should we have Fogato in there? Nah, he doesn't give a shit about his mom.
They ran out of budget for that scene. They could only afford so many models. They all want their royalties and their like union mandated breaks.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it really is just bizarre that, you know, like,
As soon as like the older sibling gets recruited, it's like, all right, you're gone, fuck off.
no, but more like in general, it's just like weird how these cutscenes are like so economical, to put it nicely. Like you've got the really nice pre-rendered stuff, of which I'm pretty sure there's like more than 3 houses.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of the like in-game stuff looks worse somehow.
Oh my god!
Get fucked!
Oh, that's gonna be useful too. All right, yeah.
The stolen rings. You'll return.
Who are you talking to?
Watch this.
Oh goddamn! Yunaka's pissed.
Oh, that's not good shit!
I suppose. We'll meet again soon enough.
We didn't even meet you the first time. See ya. I love when Fire Emblem gets ridiculous.
So my favorite part about that, right, is for this to work, Yunaka needs to shoot the arrows, and then they must go around the corner, up the stairs, through the building, dodge this guy, and boom!
Warrior says Zephyr has high at her last papaya. The game needs to be more of this and less of like people flapping their gums. They're not good at it.
Oh, she's not good enough for it. Oh. So we must get upgrade.
Yeah, it's like you can't even have a freaking animation for like grabbing a person, because that's happened multiple times in this game now. It's just like, alright, let's kidnap this queen. Black screen.
So next turn we're gonna do it again. This dude. What if Jabba? What if we threw Ike at him? What? Ah!
Oh, well, we don't have any leaves to throw, so you'll have to stand in, Ike. Ike's just like, it's gonna cost you extra.
Ah, shit, we're doing this. I should maybe get more hit.
I owe you one.
You know, for microphone purposes.
Yeah.
And also, I like being near my wife. She's pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, let's also lure him in with Alear. Just in case. Blow people up in case Hortensia gets any neat ideas. I could, no joke, just have her keep grabbing these. And just, like, obliterate Hortensia. Actually, what is even... defeat Hortensia, Marnie, and... Okay. I might just have, like, Yunaka obliterate the shit out of her.
That's gonna be fun.
Yes, I'll attack the person with type advantage. What could go wrong?
Let's have some fun.
I mean,
You
to
have
be
my
fair to this
respect.
guy, he probably saw his alternatives were the Divine Dragon or Diamant and was just like, I'll take the type disadvantage.
This game's still kind of lacking in like brutal killing crit quotes.
Yeah. Well, that would be too edgy.
I'm here.
Silver Lance.
Like the best is still like Chloe, and I don't think it's intentional.
I'll go
Yeah.
first.
Alear has some decent ones. I don't know.
Axe power.
Power of Axe.
Alright, Atia. Enjoy.
Allow me. Come on.
Everyone's doing it now.
Yeah, Etier worked real hard for that. I would give that to Diamant, except...
Emblem.
Except what?
Well, what is possibly going to beat the Killer Sword?
Fair enough. She's already bracing.
I must get the rings. I must save Father.
Too bad. This is what we like to call the Beast Yunaka. I think she has 2 extra health bars.
Yes, she does.
Oh well.
I will defeat you. It's the only way to.
So, are we sure that we
Emblem is
can't
surging with
talk
Fell
to her
Dragon
to
energy.
recruit her or anything like that?
I don't think so.
Be on
Okay.
your guard.
Just checking.
Rampage.
Well, you'll have to get over here first.
Yeah, please, rampage towards my 2 archers. And
Yeah.
Yunaka. And all my axe people with type advantage.
Yeah,
Please, by all means.
go do it.
You have a... that. Strike close or at range. Armored. That's...
Yeah, it's we've lamented before like the disappearance of like, you know, mid-tier production values in video games.
Yep.
I think this is an example of why you can't do that, because you've got these cutscenes that, like, you know, a couple generations ago might have been acceptable,
Yeah.
but they're trying to have like this level of abstractness in the cutscenes that like doesn't look correct, because like, you know, these people are all like in a physical space. We're watching them move about, sort of a bit.
Yeah.
So the fact that, like, you know, there's no animations for a lot of stuff, half the characters that should be just there just are not.
If I wait there, no. I'll shoot. This is interesting shit.
Like, I just honestly find the presentation in this to be kind of unacceptable. Like, for all the, like, you know, all the, like, calls of, like, oh, this game looks so much better than Three Houses. And it's like... I don't know. I feel like you're just making it more obvious what stuff you cannot do.
Let's take...
Your army is not to be trifled with. Because I respect you, I will hold nothing back.
You respect her.
I like the cut of your jib.
You seem like a real swell person.
Like, okay, people dunked on Three Houses, and it's like JPEG cutscenes, which this game still has, and I feel like it's just more egregious now, not just because you did it again,
Yeah.
but also just, it somehow looks worse. I feel like Three Houses, like,
My orders do not
maybe
involve
something
dying.
about the writing
I take my leave.
made it less obvious when, like, these corners were being cut, or maybe it was just kind of, you know, the dialogue's better. You still had some funny shit, like Bernie fainting standing up.
Yeah.
They had to make that face specifically for that. I haven't seen anything like that in this game. Or like the terrifying Rhea face. Haven't seen anything like that in this game either.
The problem with this game, I think, is...
The problem?
The problem. One of the many problems with this game, I think, is that... hey, I'm gonna take this next while. He's a... Fuck this guy.
Alright. That's the problem with the game, that you want to take this guy out?
It's using the same cutscene style as Three Houses, but in Three Houses, what would happen is they'd be like, alright, we want to do this thing. Most of the cutscenes are just people, like, talking. There's not a lot of action in the cutscenes. It's like, you know, direct, like, person-to-person contact. This game, they are trying to do way more of that.
I can still do more.
Where it's just like, oh, we want to have somebody get grabbed, and then it just looks really fucking weird that they...
Do you think, since this has some of the same writers as Fates, do you think they're writing for that style? Of just, like, portraits?
Maybe?
Like, stationary portraits? Because that game, I think, does have, like, a bunch of stuff where just, like, you gotta infer from the dialogue what's going on because they're just standing, like still images.
Come on, Crip.
Nothing short of victory.
Like, you get the classic, this character's bound and gagged, but they're just standing there going,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, you know, in a presentation style like that, that's an acceptable, like, abstraction. It's not like that here, and I think Three Houses understood that a little better.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Victory, victory.
Now we're gonna have to explain that.
Okay, so amongst the many great things from Super Robot Wars that Rosie has done with her playthrough is she has put the theme music, like the actual theme song from the anime end, for Combat V, and it is just so ridiculously good.
Yeah, we haven't even seen the show, but the theme is just like perpetually stuck in our head. We want to watch the show though. It looks like some goofy fun.
Yeah, we want to watch it.
Yeah, we're all about the robot shows right now.
Beaten by a bunch of weaklings.
Nice shield.
The floor's slippery. That's the only reason I lost. I'm going home.
And we just left.
What the hell is that thing?
I don't know. Magical Axe cannot follow up or strike first if initiating combat. Okay.
It's a goddamn windmill.
Yep.
She Dutch?
We've taken. Interesting. We can take lots of people.
Yeah. But you must choose, but choose wisely.
Yeah. Who is likely to do the most damage? Presumably the axe guy to... and then I'm thinking... Take the axe guy out, and then he can come in and maybe... Get a fuck. Alright, I am formulating plans.
Plans.
Are going to. Oh, my face!
Glad we met.
I feel like something personal's at stake in this battle, but I just can't put my finger on it.
The battle animations are good.
Oh god, they're so good.
Like, I guess it really is just, like, not enough resources to make a lot of animations. And it's like, well, you know, you see this for a lot of the game, so it's like, fine. Which, again, is weird because this game's credit list is pretty big. And there was quite a bit of outsourcing in the graphics department, so... I don't know. I don't know what happened.
The kitchen is closed.
And then we can take this guy out too. Perfect!
I'll go first. All mine!
And another.
Well, at least I'm already in a pond. Just roll around in the kiddie pool.
I can stop, drop, and roll!
Nope.
Yeah, that'll actually work.
You can work with that.
That nettles me.
Diabolical dance.
Ooh.
Huh.
I think she has violet.
I blew it.
Well, at least you fell into a pond.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll with it.
Not anymore, I guess.
And you know, by the time the fight is over, like by the time she gets there, the fight will be over. So don't bother with it much.
How dare they not let us completely cheese this shit?
Yeah, how dare. We want to take this one. Oh god, you just fell off. Well, they've got time resistance. Hey, we have a monk too.
The sequel to Monk.
It's monkey time. Punch monk.
Every time you break a character, it should just have like a clip of like Chester Bennington just going break.
Now, who do I want to take? Round and oh, the chain guard. Poor shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The fuck?
that was my face. And
Oh.
now your chain guard doesn't work. Watch out, creature.
Just a one
sorry.
hit. Yeah, multiple health bars doesn't really work if you just like, you know, die each time in one hit, does it?
Before I do anything,
I mean, you're not gonna get that much extra experience here.
no, but I want it anyways.
Fair enough.
Well, hi.
I like the game's soundtrack too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they're not doing anything fancy as far as like using sound goes, so it's just a matter of like, yes, you still have the good composers. They continue to be.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, there's Violet.
I mean, you can see the face.
Yeah.
though he's been palette swapped.
Yeah, I want to see this nearby allies chain attack thing.
I challenge my fate.
Said the thing.
She said the thing!
Let me on. I'm here.
Okay, this is cool. and it makes sense with Awakening too. Like, very. This seems like it's sad. Like,
Why does nothing go my way?
'cause you suck.
Because you're not on Team Alir.
Yeah, like I'm surprised we haven't had more like big catchphrases show up. Like, you'd think Lyn would say something about being a peerless warrior, and I haven't heard anything like that.
Oh wow, the most shocking turn of events in this level. Yeah, he's cool. I like
There's also a Somniel line where Lyn is like, "Oh, everyone's wearing such nice clothes. Not that I'm jealous or anything." And it's like, that doesn't really jive with Lyn, though, does it?
Nope. Oh yeah, I should save. No, let's do it all again.
Ivy, what happened?
You took a level in dumbass.
Oh, you've come back to me.
We slapped you a
Thank
lot.
goodness.
Let's just say you won't need to be painting a heart on your cheek anymore.
Welcome home, Hortensia.
Where'd all the Illusion soldiers
Not even my father
go?
hit me before. That's the problem.
They retreated.
It's okay. Tiamat's really good at discipline.
Yeah, they retreated.
They retreated.
I should
Ignore
go
the
with
red
them.
everywhere.
Don't tell
No,
her about
that's not
Diemon's
safe.
discipline skill.
Xavier could take control
Don't
over
want to
you
get her
again.
involved in that.
But I was the last person left at Illusia Castle. Without me, there'll be no one to lead.
Okay, so why are you here? Who's leading now?
The hounds, obviously.
Did I talk about this last time? No leader exists anywhere in this game unless
Yeah.
they're directly on screen.
No one
Yeah,
to take care of the country.
But you know, of
Father
course,
left behind.
consistency is also not this game's
That is
strong
true.
suit. So
But it's out of our hands.
Who will take care of the country? I don't... The nobility?
How can you
The
say
government?
that?
Who runs these
Don't you
things?
care about
There's a chain of
Illusia?
command!
yeah, it's really weird. That's just like, oh yeah, King's dead,
I would
princesses
have given
aren't
my
there,
life to protect our
and then
kingdom.
there's just no one. I
It
guess
is
it's just
not our
anarchy.
kingdom
Yeah.
anymore. It's the fell dragons. Surely you see that. Princess Ivy. I didn't want to admit it, but Father stopped being king as soon as the fell dragon awoke.
We are still not explaining when exactly that happened or how.
Since then, true power has rested with Sombron, his daughter,
Where he says
and
they
the Four
retreated
Hounds.
backwards into her sword several times. I'm just imagining like Alucard from
If you
Gasping just
went
like
back now, you would become an instrument of their designs, just as Father was.
They retreated. They're next to Yunaka.
I want to
you
go
can't
home
see
too.
them because the
You
budget
have no idea
does
how
not allow
badly-
them to be in this scene.
But there's no home to go back to until we defeat the fell dragon.
It's time to kill our god.
After allowing Father to relinquish his power to
We
Sombron,
can't say engage.
we owe our people no less.
And in the morning, I'll make waffles.
The castle.
On my face.
My only home since I was little. We really can't go back now, can we?
It's okay, we have
No.
a better one. It floats.
We can't.
Yeah, it's
That little nook where I had tea with my friends.
got central heating
The
too.
garden where you
And
and,
dog
I
harrow.
read together. Even Rosado and Goldmary. I've left everything and everyone behind.
Where does everyone else sleep in the Somniel?
All right,
I don't
Ivy.
know.
I'll join this fight.
The
So that
grass.
someday
Like they make such a
Things-
big deal
Thank
out
you,
of like, you know, it's the Somniel
I'm really
because
sorry
Alir
for,
sleeps there.
for what I did.
Where does everyone else
Divine
go?
one?
Well, the stables.
The ring of the
Yeah,
instructor.
but like the main building looks like a
One of the
hotel
rings still
already.
have
You
a
could
mythos.
just be like,
Thank you for
you just have a
returning it.
door that doesn't open and be like, oh yeah, this is the
Don't
quarters
give me
or
too much
whatever.
credit. I wasn't exactly planning to hand it over.
Yeah, you kicked my ass and then I had to give it to you.
Even so, you have my thanks.
Now let's summon the cooler avatar.
What if we just like put her
Teach
on a
us.
pair of zip
Emblem of
lines
the
with her
Academy.
hair? Just watch her go. music. Where's his fucking floppy sleeve?
I am Emblem Byleth. It feels as though I've just awoken from a very long dream.
He looks as interested as the writers were.
I mean,
I'm
he
glad
kind
to
of
be
looks
where I
like
belong.
he kind of has
Like
that
his son.
expression in Three Houses too.
Use
It's
my
just
power to
his
guide
face is
everyone.
better.
His face is so much better in Three Houses.
What is his hair
Hey,
color
Will.
right now?
Not
Thank
right.
you, Emblem Byleth.
But I thought you had breasts, like bountiful ones.
That's the other me.
How is
We
everyone?
don't talk about her.
Wait, what do you mean the other you?
It's complicated.
Queen Sephoria, you're all right.
Yeah, they just
Look.
put me in a closet.
It's complicated. Look, there was a plumber and a hedgehog, a blocky dude.
That I am. Persian soldiers tried to seize me.
I don't know
but
how
I
the
was
hedgehog
saved at just the right
punched
moment.
the plumber into like a blocky place. It's weird.
We took
Martha's
him
there.
down.
He can tell you about it. I don't have Martha. Oh well.
What about Roy?
Eh,
Ike? Okay, Ike can do it.
I don't want to go back there.
Alfred and I intended to.
I asked for a raise, and that's why they're not making any more Smash Brothers.
But by the time we'd drawn our weapons,
You were there!
It's already over.
What the fuck are you?
That's the Soul
Hang on.
Royal
Huh?
Hang on.
for ya. Pretty good, right?
What are you literally talking? You were the MVP, Diamond!
Okay, so Queen Sephoria, you're okay. Alir being surprised. That I am. They tried to seize me, but I was safe at just the right moment. Tamara, involved in the immediate previous fight. We took him down. Diamant, Alfred and I intended to help, but by the time we got there, the fight was already
Okay,
over.
I guess
So-
what happens is that, like,
There was a second fight in that Fade to Black.
yeah, like, while we were talking to Hortensia, they went off and did that, and everyone else just sat with their thumbs
I'm
up
just
their
glad the
asses,
queen
I
is
guess.
safe.
Yeah.
Well done, everyone.
Well done yourself.
They're just
No
like,
more
well, we don't want to miss
trespassers.
Byleth being
My palace
summoned.
is rid of them. Divine One, thank
Maybe
you
Byleth
for
Divine
protecting
calls
the
them.
rings and
But
my
also,
family with
during
such
that
courage.
whole fight, what were
way
they
you
doing with the
spoke,
queen?
the
Like,
look
that
in
took
your
long
eyes.
enough. Like, no
You
matter
were
how
the
fast you
spitting
play, you
image
can
of Queen Lumera.
assume, fight takes time. So why the hell were they even
Your words
still
mean
in
so
the
much.
palace?
Yeah.
Thank you.
They
Like,
took her
you're-
away to kill her, and then
Yeah.
they just forgot.
Like, you can argue, like, we need to keep her alive so that the
I
Fell
assumed
Dragon can
you had
swallow
gone
her
back
whole
to
or whatever,
Elysia.
but
Look, I'm really sorry.
how were
about
you
what I
still
did.
in here? How slow
I'll
are you?
accept whatever punishment you give me.
I owe you an apology as well.
Queen Sephoria, please. Zephyr was using some sort of magic to control Princess Hortensia. As soon as it wore off, she stopped fighting. Even gave me her emblem ring.
I don't recall Zephyr being there when the young princess held me hostage.
What? Yeah, she was. What the fuck? She came and took you away. What is this script?
She walked in and then
Got the cat.
and then she like mind controlled Hortensia and then you were taken away, right? That's the order of events there?
She was like.
They came in and then she was taken away. I was even like,
Yeah.
oh, is she still in the scene? And then they were like, take the queen away. and then
We
fade to
discussed
black.
the spatial mechanics of her being taken away, and
How the fuck did this get released like this?
we have gone from the Type A cutscenes contradicting everything else to cutscenes of the same type no longer able to agree.
This is fucking baffling, man. Like, I don't care that if even people who are like, oh, I don't care about the story. Story's fine. It's just basic. And it's like, no, this is like failing. This is a failing grade.
The Belgariad is basic. This is horseshit.
If you submit this to a publisher, they'll reject it because there's like
Continuity errors out the
Yeah.
ass.
they'll be like, come back when you've done a second draft.
come back when you finished high school English.
Look me in the eyes, you
I'm
two.
I got nothing,
Okay.
man. Nothing else but that.
Look me in the eyes, you two. Ivy, take that shit off your face so you can look me in the eyes.
Threatening a queen's life is a grave crime. You deserve a room in the dungeons.
Diamant's on it.
You just turned him into Basara because he vaguely looks like him.
Yeah. I have to make a interesting character in this game. I need something.
It was the Fell Dragon's minions who broke in and started the conflict,
No!
right?
No! What?
I think they like knocked her on the head when they were taking her away.
Your only crimes were slipping in uninvited and threatening to kill me.
Which is the same. She broke in and. What the fuck do you think any of these words mean, lady?
You know, if she hit her head, that would be one thing, but that doesn't explain why everybody else is treating this as perfectly reasonable.
Let's move on now.
They were absolutely just like trying to find some excuse for this character to like get recruited instead of
Your show of
letting just Ivy talk to her and then it playing out that way.
I swear it.
Well, and you know, you'd still have the reason, the thing of like, hey, you kind of, sort of like, you know, kidnapped a queen basically for a bit. That has consequences, so they have to come up with some reason why the queen's like, not a big deal,
okay,
and just completely whiffed.
For my part, I think I'd better look into shoring up the palace's defenses. The palace's defenses, mind you, that only a couple chapters ago they made a big deal out of being like, oh yeah, nobody's gotten in, we're totally safe. We've repelled every attack.
You're right.
Mario asks, is this some sort of Atlanta Night situation where every chapter is written by a different author with no communication?
I can leave some soldiers here to help keep you safe.
Man.
No need. I have lots of family members who can handle
I
things
think
here.
that would create a
The
more
situation
interesting
really
game,
boils over,
honestly.
I can always leave a double here and wander the land. So don't worry about me. You just focus on taking out the Fell Dragon.
Lady, we're in front of you.
We will.
Oh, she's checking Diamant out. That explains it.
Tamara.
Oh, no, he's over there. Never mind.
Dragon where to find Solm's other ring.
Sure thing, Mom. One ring of the Crux of Fate coming right up.
Where is it?
The Northern Fortress. Oh.
Here. They never would have thought to look there. You gotta admit, it's genius.
Oh, it's right here. Punches her mom in the stomach.
Holy shit! Whoa!
Why do you think we leave it exposed?
You took like my joke and somehow just like upped the ante in a way that had me go like, woo!
Oh yeah, Chloe, you're in this game.
Wow!
Oh my god, we like, can someone clip that?
I'm the only member of the Solm army. Please don't ask questions. I'm wearing padded shoes. I'm this tall.
This armor has no articulation. That's why I couldn't help.
Hey.
Oh yeah, they'll be like, could you please deploy me? You don't after a while.
That's again one of those weird things where like the game pays attention to little details. It's really charming.
Yeah, but also like, okay, game, you want me to deploy more people? Why are you making some obviously better than the others? Why are you giving me so fucking many when I can only deploy a very small number?
Yeah. Because, okay, I know classic mode exists, but I cannot imagine the mood whiplash if characters are actually dying and you have to, like, you know, replace them with other people.
Do classic mode players even give a shit?
I kind of want to know what the death quotes are in this game, though. Because, you know, in other Fire Emblem games, it's always like, you know, kind of sums up like everything their character was about is like their dying words. And the ones in Echoes fuck me up, but that's Echoes.
I know for a fact Etier talks about her muscles.
Does she really?
That or like lifting or some shit.
Oh my god, are you fucking serious? When she's dying?
When she's dying.
Fucking Christ, this game.
Oh yeah, we recruited Samurai Boy. Remember that?
I despise the writers of this game on like a personal level at this point.
Yeah, it's like, I can't, like, it baffles me. Like, I can't even write this bad intentionally as a joke. Like, because my like, natural instinct, my gut reaction is to just be like, I have to make it cool. It has to be interesting.
Yeah.
I hate
And once again, you know, this is on like a much less serious level, talking about the localization, but like, There's a bunch of
Thank you
stuff
so
in the
much.
Japanese, obviously, where it's like, oh, I have bigger boobs, so I am prettier. And like, even Lucina's just like, I wish my boobs were as big as yours. And it's really lowbrow stuff, but it makes so much more sense when it's like, oh yeah, these people wrote Fates in Senran Kagura. And instead we just have like,
Zappy!
I wish I had your elegance. And it's just like, are we in the Sailor Moon dub again? Are we doing the I have the biggest talent thing? Because, like, I just feel like my intelligence is being insulted a little.
I'm glad we can't promote Yunaka, because I don't want to take it out. For reasons.
Maybe that's why they did it.
I guess they could drop that chandelier if they had to. Ah, he's a fan of Looney Tunes.
No, if there's a chandelier in a game, you have to drop it. Like, it's the rules.
Alright, now we can go all
Because it's
the way
awesome.
back, fuck around. Why are you talking?
Ooh.
But, you know, it's just like, okay, either leave the, like, lowbrow boob stuff in, or stop hiring these people. Like, you know what you're gonna get. That's what they're,
Like,
quote-unquote good at,
Nintendo of
ostensibly.
America, send a fucking memo. Be like, you could sell more
Thank
if you
you.
just didn't write this shit.
Like, the only logical
Forgive
explanation
me.
is still that they had no idea Three Houses was gonna be big when they
Yeah.
started developing this, and then they were just stuck like that. And then still, there's the whole, like, this game being apparently done,
Yeah.
and then delayed for over a year. Oh, this is happening now.
Another ring in the Divine Dragon's hands. Still, not enough
Why
to
are you
turn the
out here?
tide. I must sleep. Curse this feeble form of mine for plunging me into darkness. I pray that next
like
time my
darkness.
waking hours will not end so soon.
Yeah, but only for other people. She is evil after all.
Ah,
Sand? What happened to all the snow? Very annoying.
This is some dream drop distance shit.
Why does this keep happening to me?
I should see a doctor about this.
The meter ran out and she turned back into Sora. Man, this
Is
game
exhausting.
it's a roller coaster. Eve says, "Oh God, I just saw Rosato's death code and I hate it. Hit us with it."
Put it in the chat. We don't give a shit about spoilers. Look,
Yeah.
I think this game cares about spoilers. Like, you know, this game feels like, you know, how sometimes Nintendo or Square Enix were like, oh, you're not allowed to stream the end of the game until this date. This game feels like Nintendo just would have put, like, the ending cutscenes right the fuck up on YouTube. Just like, here you go, day of release.
Yeah, but I mean, a death code isn't even like a spoiler. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's Fire Emblem, people die. What good is being cute if I can't even protect my friends? That's not as bad as I thought it would be.
But I wanted to brush my hair more.
Because that is kind of a realization of like, oh no, my one character trait is actually useless in this situation.
See who's wandering.
I wonder-
There we go.
It's two unrelated things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, you know, every character is just obsessed with their one thing, so realizing like, oh, I need to be more than
Yeah.
that. If I'd known that, I would not be dead. That kind of works.
Excellent.
Support down.
Okay, I want to know what everyone says when they get horse shit. Except Yunaka, she's
Dang.
good. Unless it's funny. Unless it's really funny.
We can like save scum like towards
Yeah.
the end.
I mean,
we've saved
yeah.
up all the horse manure.
I mean, I've heard Fram is like grateful for it because she's insane, but
Oh yeah, we changed her outfit. Now she looks much better.
yeah. I wonder if Chloe has a good one because her whole fairy tale thing. Like, she might actually have a good death code, but I'm not holding my breath. Yeah, get them fishies. I've just been like sitting here on the ground in the sun while you were out in the desert. Why is the milk just like there? It's not where you store milk.
Oh boy, what do you think it's gonna be? Do you think horse manure?
I don't know. Got it. You know, in my experience, horses don't like go up to a tree to shit there like dogs. They just shit wherever.
I wonder if this was like originally like just a wake fruiter name in Japanese. Maybe it was just like flat out animal shit.
It's like umakiso.
Anyways, let's see if we have any support. What the fuck? Nothing. Do we have any bond?
Nothing? How did this happen? Like, that was a whole map, everyone was clustered together.
Yeah.
Is there something the game wants us to do? Like the fitness mini game or something?
Nah, I think the game just wants supports to be, like, harder to achieve. Let's have, like, a...
Yeah, because they're so worth it.
Yeah, right?
I've heard some of the ace supports actually, like, you know, have content, but you gotta work up to this stuff. Like, it feels like they always get something wrong with supports in, like, every Fire Emblem.
Yep.
Like, they never quite make it to where everything just works. Like, Three Houses, structurally pretty close to it, but, you know, you run into issues of, like, why don't these characters have an ace support? And, there was that, like, structural issue of, like, support C, they get into a fight. Support B, they apologize. Support A, they are friends now.
Of course.
Yeah.
It would be an honor to make this for you.
Thanks,
What
Darkness.
is a dragon's favorite food? I'm dying to know.
He has
You were
such
in
a
my
good
thoughts as
boy
I prepared
voice.
this, Divine One.
Lovely aroma.
It's pizza.
I really wish that when I met
tastes
Christina
good.
V, I would have been able to say
Nicely
something
done.
more sensible than just gushing out character
My favorite
names.
meals include
I was such a fucking dork. Like, my brain just, like, turned off. I didn't know what the hell I was supposed to say.
Indeed.
You know what? While we're here.
Horses just be like that, especially the flying ones. That's actually a worrying thought. It really is. Where's the Pegasus manure in this game?
Maybe that's how they fertilize crops. They just do flybys.
Yeah, but what if you're in the fields? Like, it's bad enough when a bird shits on you.
First off, we got Byleth now, so let's get some rings. Come on, we won't best girl.
Ba-dum-bum-bum-ba-dum-bum-bum-ba-dum-bum-bum.
Yeah! Off the fucking bat.
We seem to have pretty good luck with that, don't we?
Yeah.
I wonder if the RNG knows what's up.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
Yeah, there you go. It's good too.
If only Dorothea was here. She's not one of the bond rings for Byleth, which is not
Really? What the fuck? But she's literally the most popular character. There's data to support it.
Yeah.
And it's not a matter, you know, Edelgard and Dimitri are here, so I can't even say, like, well, maybe she's gonna be DLC or something, you know?
I'd be down for a Dorothea emblem.
And so would I, but it's like, there's no excuse for not having Dorothea here. What are you thinking? Once again, you just don't know what's going on, do you?
What they did is, they made it so it's like, you get 3 black eagles, including Edelgard, 3 blue lions, and 3 golden deer and flame. Now what's really funny is for quite a few characters, the very first person listed is like their primary love interest. Not so with, like, you know, most of these. Edelgard's right at the top of Byleth's. I support this. I support it a lot.
Yeah, but it's who are the other Black Eagles they picked?
Bernie and Hubert, I think.
I guess I can see that, but Dorothea is still like the most popular Three Houses characters, like straight up.
Yeah.
Like when you play the game and you have the online turned on, it will tell you between maps that Dorothea is the most used character in the game. So very confusing choice there.
Oh yeah, we gotta polish these rings.
Oh boy.
Who should we give Violet to? Oh, this ring first.
We're doing this again.
We have
it
to. Her
sparkle.
ring is like slightly smudged somewhere.
Thanks again. See you next time.
Bears repeating.
Get out.
Well, Lynn had some really suggestive ones last time, didn't she?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Could you clean that up?
Fucking Ike.
Wire? It's fine.
Why? Why do you have that look in your eyes?
Good work. I'll ask for your help again.
I mean, you know, if we are taking this whole ring
Sorry
polishing
about the
thing as
hassle.
innuendo, I guess it is a little more awkward for the dudes.
Not quite. Not quite. How does it look? Oh, it's all shiny now.
Please leave. Please.
Lucina is just like, ah.
New content and
Wait,
ring
are we
reference.
not doing Byleth? What's going on?
Byleth is fully clean. So.
Oh, well, we can still do it, right?
Yeah,
Is he zestfully clean?
maybe.
Or do we need Diamond to do that? Ayo! That's a joke of layers.
Yeah, let's clean.
I mean, I guess we're not gonna get as many funny voice clips this way, but cool ring.
Really? That looks nice. I see. Really?
You get a passing grade. Alright, we'll have to wait.
And then he's like, "Allow me to demonstrate," and he grabs a leer, and I can't explain the rest of that on Twitch, but
Let's see. Emblem rings. Diamant's doing really well, so I don't want to give him a ring, but what does Byleth do? This Blood Gang? Blood Gang?
what is Blood Gang?
I don't know. Not the Sword of the Creator? Divine
Makes
Pulse?
It makes him tell you that you and him are nothing but mammals.
Used to grant allies within 2 spaces a stat bonus based on user's type bonus lasts for 1 turn. Used to grant another action to all adjacent allies.
How did Byleth become a dancer?
Snothis, I guess?
Wait, can you do that in 3 houses? Can you make Byleth a dancer?
No, you can't.
Because you can make, like, anyone else a dancer, right? As long as they win the contest.
Yeah.
Which is, like, rigged for Flane, I think.
Not Flame necessarily. It's based on a certain charm level. I think, like, you can enter Dorothea just, like, and not do a thing and she'll win. Because Dorothea. Effective against Dragon and Cavalry.
But it's like everyone has, like, a certain starting thing, so it's, like, easier for some characters than others, right?
Yeah. I don't know who to give Byleth to.
I guess they just were like, okay, we need someone later in the game to have the dance ability, because we don't want to, like, immediately throw that at you. And I guess the only other game where it, like, just, you know, like, 3 Houses does make a thing out of, like, choose your dancer. And dancers get introduced in Mystery, which doesn't really have its own representation in this game, because they just have Marth cover both.
Oh, I know. I'll give Byleth to Ivy.
Byleth.
Together.
Yeah, let's have a let's have a dancer who has a flying unit's movement.
Blood Gang is one of the heroes relics, the one from the Beast.
Oh, that's Marianne's.
Still, though, like...
Why?
That's not the sword.
Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What does this one give?
Like-
Strength and Dex?
Byleth has a very iconic sword, so why didn't they use it?
Yeah, let's give him best girl. Sophia gives magic and Dex.
You know, that you saying that makes me think, are we getting the DLC for this? Is that something we're doing?
We might.
So,
The
so we
problem
get
is-
Ultra Forehead Edelgard?
Yeah, the problem is we would have to figure out who would get it, like on their Switch. I guess it makes sense to give it to Switch. I've heard she falls off without Celica.
Yeah, Nintendo hates married couples too, evidently.
Yeah.
And that's a problem with anything, but with Switches, you're more likely to own multiple of them in a household, because
What do you even do?
because you take them with you. Like, you're not generally going to have multiple PS4s, like, we do, but that's because we both had one already, and then we got married.
Alright, time for some inventory shit.
Are we going to do... Didn't we, like, unlock one of the character paralogs?
Yeah,
we should do that. It was Lucino, right?
Yeah, I think you unlock them now just as soon as you get the rings. But yeah, let's do...
Yeah, I'd like to see some of that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, we should promote Tamara.
Maybe developers thought it looked cool. But the Sword of the Creator is really cool.
Yeah, it's the sword that's a whip.
I will not accept any explanation for this.
I think what it is like some of the emblems have weapons that you get as you level up the bond. Because Marth started off with the rapier, and then later he got Mercurius.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess he could get the Sword of the Creator later, even though, you know,
he has
chronologically you would get the Sword of the Creator a lot earlier.
Yeah. This game is making me want to replay Three Houses. Because I like those characters, that setting so fucking much.
Yeah.
We haven't tried.
I want Three Houses with this game's gameplay and also like a reshade saturation filter, because
yeah,
looking at this game and just running on the Somniel, I absolutely get people saying like, oh yeah, Three Houses looks drab compared to this. This still has some problems, but I absolutely understand, you know, hey, colors exist now.
Forget what the arena's for, so let's experiment.
Yeah, we haven't really used this at all, huh?
Maybe this is where everybody sleeps. Okay.
Gotta watch out for Darklink.
Auto trading!
Today's workout begins now.
I won't let this chance go to waste.
No!
It wasn't strong enough.
No, Lapis is dead.
Up a pretty good sweat.
You beat the shit out of Amy Rose.
Amy Rose was your slipper.
That's what I like to see. Check out the games I just made.
So wait, can you? How often can you do this? Oh, 2 times. So it's like.
Okay, like between like actually going and doing that.
Right.
Have a unit and an emblem train together to increase them. Would it just be like an automatic level?
Well, it says like it costs more bond fragments, so I guess you just kind of pay bond fragments in exchange for bond levels.
Violet.
This game makes me say bond a lot.
Oh shit. Okay, so at level 5 they get the
Yeah.
No, I'm on. Well, when I do my own play, I think I'm actually going to keep playing on Jupiter, Ivy. Because I've heard she's like Ivy really benefits from
Fair.
the speed buff. Okay, so that one is close. Alright, let's try these two. Why is everybody close to a level up? Fuck this!
So wait, do you just pay like a standard rate, or?
I think I want to see if it's like the immediate next level is... Oh, it's based on how close you are.
Yeah.
Fuck it, yeah, let's do it.
I'll put on a show for you.
Come on.
I'm Lynn. Get ready.
Why is this water effect not in other parts of the game? Look at how cool that is.
Yeah.
Victory is yours, but I won't lose next time. Hey, I actually won.
I'm so cool.
You're
Go right.
so gorgeous, Lynn. I don't know whether to surrender or buy you flowers.
I don't know how that made
I
it
have
through.
no idea how to respond to that. I'll take it as a compliment, I think.
I think the localizers also didn't know what that meant. So they left it in because
She's gonna go to like
that's gay and kinky. There's no like normal reading for that line.
Let's have Alir and Lucina get to their...
Was that Corona thing one of your alarms? Yes, I changed my alarm because one of my ADD things is that if something stays the same for too long, I start ignoring it. So I have to just make weird changes. So because I started ignoring my medication alarms
Somehow I
because of that. So I changed it to Corona because now I'm just like looking forward to the alarms instead of being like,
Thank you for the hope you showed me back then. If not for you, I might have given up.
I only gave you a small push. You'll be carving your own future for yourself.
Whoa, that might have been the best exchange in this whole fucking game.
I mean the Yunaka Lin one was pretty good.
Yeah. Alright, and yeah, that's that. Okay, that's interesting.
Lin just being like, I don't know how to respond to that, and internally she's like,
I have to ask Florina. I'm sure she knows.
I was gonna say, like, I suddenly understand some stuff about Florina that I didn't before.
Lynn goes to Florina and explains it, and she's like, so can you show me what she meant by that? And Florina's like, oh boy, can I?
Do you remember that little, like, doujin where it's just, like, Florina imagining, like, oh no, a room that we can't get out of unless we kiss?
Oh, so the chivalry asterisk crossover. Can I refine fucking Alir's sword yet?
Eve wants to know if the official name for the Yunaka Byleth ship will be Papyleth.
Take 110 iron, 21 silver, take 11 steel, 21 silver. Is that literally... Sure. 50 silver. Okay.
Hey, I thought it was funny enough to read.
Go, let's upgrade this a little bit. How much would it take to upgrade this to the max? Alright, I need a lot more. A lot more.
Alright, well, I guess I do have to
I'll
take
be
my
here.
meds, so I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back.
She will leave me with you guys. Hi, you guys. How are you guys? What am I gonna do? Engraving. Let's see what skills we can inherit from the rings. Welcome back, honey.
It's me, I am back.
Inherit skills.
This goddamn chair's always sagging like crazy.
Yeah.
You don't notice it while it happens. You just
Yeah.
suddenly realize that you've become very short.
These. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
So the speed buff skills stack with the buffs you get just from having Lynn.
Big speedo.
Yes, Yunaka is gonna speed.
Don't crash the game.
Alright, we should go play game. Oh, wait, I'm gonna Master Seal Tamara, and then we'll go play game.
Yeah. I'm like keeping an eye on myself to see if I turn into Angry Rosie by accident.
Yeah, we have to talk about the game for that to happen. Loading.
Do any of these characters have interesting supports with each other? Snake Sandwich.
I am looking forward to seeing where Diamant and Ivy's go.
We've had some that are funny, like weighted teacups.
Yeah.
That was a funny one. That was Alfred and Etier, I believe.
Bounty step Dressage did. So she just goes from good with a lance to better with a lance, not even mounted. Okay. Sure.
Yunaka has good supports because she's really weird.
Yeah, she's
It's
too
great.
weird for them to like make her like
Boring.
like everybody else. Yeah. Wow, what a change.
I'm just really surprised we've gotten no supports from that last map because,
Yeah.
you know, I want to know a bit more about these new characters and stuff. Like,
Maybe it's because I was playing defensively.
yeah, but you still had like everyone like next to each other, so you'd think it'd happen
Yeah.
just by having the game playing.
You know, Fogato's been pretty good, so I might actually hold on to him.
It's just because I've been getting smarter about not going to places where people are being dumb, but I'm surprised at the lack of like stupid shit about Rosato.
Yeah, it feels like that was
Ooh.
only happening advanced class level 5. Yeah, it felt like that was largely only in the lead up when they were like, oh, what is their gender? Are they trans? Are they femboy? What are they? Advanced stuff. I know one of these is just whatever level, but it's base level 19. I think Ike's is slightly lower than her for some reason. Oh no, that's just a random skirmish, which we currently do for Bonnie.
Ooh, that's gonna be Lynn.
This is Byleth. Oh no, Ike's that one.
Yeah.
So. Well, we're at Lynn, so let's do Lynn.
All right, not gonna complain about that. Oh, the tens. See, why isn't this fan service like all over the game?
Yeah.
The tents are 3D, guys.
3-dimensional tents.
Ah, the breeze, the smell, so much like home.
We'll never get to go back.
Home? Do you mean the world you're from?
Yes, this place is just like the Sakai Plains. That's where I was born. I remember their beauty well. When I was young, those plains seemed to stretch forever.
Supposed to now when I'm the ripe old age of 18. Oh no, wait, how old is she supposed to be? 18 or are they 18 when Elliewood's chapter starts?
Okay, so the thing is, like, in Japanese Blazing Blade, she starts at 15. In English, she starts at 18.
Yeah.
And, like, enough time passes before Elliewood's tale that she's a year older.
Oh, okay. At the ripe old age of 16.
Literally younger than Lear.
Truly
Yes.
is wonderful scenery.
I mean, I guess she could be a
And the
bit
wind
older. I
is
don't
so
know.
I mean, Roy clearly is.
Yeah.
It makes me happy to hear you say that. Even if this is not my true homeland, we woke at dawn and tended to our cattle, caught game, and slept when the sun set.
And then
that
they
was
all
every
died.
day of my life growing up on the plains. But it didn't last forever.
When the Fire Nation attacked.
Can you tell me what happened?
The Lorca tribe, my people, were attacked by vicious bandits. They killed so many of us. The bandits were cowardly. They poisoned our drinking water, then attacked in the chaos.
Luckily, I hated water.
That's terrible.
Yes, but the Sakai Plains are our motherland and have always blessed us with their bounty. It is a place I love deeply, though it holds many painful memories. Enough mourning. The sense of this place is exciting me. Ready your sword. I'll show you the true skill of a Lorca tribe warrior.
I can't wait. You won't beat me easily, though. I've overcome so many hardships in my life. And more will come, I'm sure.
But our bond will grow stronger with this fight, as will my power. So whatever you do, don't hold back.
Wait, we now canonically know what color this grass is supposed to be. All the GBA hacks can be so much better now.
It's the fight of Alir's life, and she's like, and Linus is just like, good job, Alir. You're now 1/4 as strong as Ellie would. So, this is a blazing blade. No.
It kind of reminds me of a Binding Blade map. Actually.
Yeah. I think it's a Binding Blade map that's, you know, lore connected to, and then where are my people?
Yeah, it's like one of the like Nomad maps.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. We have Lyn with the sword, and just a shitload of people who do not have weapons. Okay, so we got these people here, so we don't want some archers. Like, I'm strategizing.
So these units are all like generic, right? These enemies.
Yeah.
And in the internal data of the game, a lot of them are named after like actual Blazing Blade characters, and it's like that for all the Paralogues. So I don't know if that if like these generic units have like loadouts that resemble those characters, or if maybe at some point they were going to like go crazy and just have these characters show up as NPCs or something. But it's a little disappointing that like there's no real indication of it in the game itself. Yeah, Nothel's just muttering. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, my bad.
And I know there is a story map that has the same thing, and that disappointed people. But we'll get to that when we get to it.
Yeah, these are all looking.
Yeah, and their descriptions also say something like they have no will of their own or whatever. Yeah, like the internal names are like Blazing Blade characters. I could look that up actually, like which ones they are. Because there's like a whole big like data mining sheet.
Everybody and their mother has a fucking bow, so I think Ivy needs to sit this. And I need one more. Who the shit do I want to level? Are they gonna make me use Panette? Mages, cavalry, mighty people. AIs will behave similarly to like the characters from Binding and Blazing.
Man, I'd have no idea how to like check that just by playing.
Yeah. Alright, we should. Okay, famous last words. Here we go.
Are you ready? Then come at me. Attack with everything you've got.
So, Lynn, if you could just summon these ghost warriors,
I can hear the voices of enemy forces in those tents. We should attack them. Quickly.
How come you can't make these guys appear when, you know, we're in battle with people who hate us? You know, just asking questions.
Me?
So kind of annoyingly, like, this map seems to be one of the less interesting as far as those internal names goes.
Who the shit is attack here?
I don't know.
This person?
Yeah, there's like bow knights here who internally have like the names of the actual bosses that you fight on this original map, I believe.
I want.
Where to?
It's kind of odd that they chose a Binding Blade map though, because shouldn't Roy have that?
Yeah.
What's next?
I guess they just really wanted like a meaty plains map, and a lot of the like plains related stuff in Blazing Blade is like pretty simple because it's in Lynn's story.
Are they all gonna make enemies? All have somebody guarding them, which is problematic. Longbow.
As you wish, Divine One.
Let's do this.
You guys are not about to connect.
I won't lose.
If you're playing on Classic mode, can your party members be perma-killed on this map? I don't know, but I would assume so, because that's generally how Fire Emblem works with Classic.
I can fight.
I have heard that if you do there are certain skirmishes on the overworld labeled as training, because they're with like allied countries.
Right.
And if units get taken down in classic mode, they will not actually die.
Okay.
I'm happy to help.
Maybe we're one. Aha, you fool! Hey Lynn, why do your summoned soldiers sound like the corrupted? No reason. Don't think about it.
And where did these guys come from? How did Lynn make these?
That's what I want to know.
She's also talking about how this looks like our homeland, but it's not, and they don't really explain how that works. Like, why is it here? How did it show up?
Where are they going? When are they coming home? Oh shit. Shit, Alfred needs.
Do emblem rings have stuff come from their memories? Because if so, why do we have this map from Lynn's memories? Because that's not... She wasn't there.
Or shit. Okay, first off, Jesus Christ, Alfred needs some leveling. It's gonna be viable.
I can't believe I did that.
For peace.
Holy shit, brother, why do you suck so bad?
What a pick-me-up!
Okay, lay off, I'm sick.
Well, they don't know that.
Neither does our audience.
And where's the John?
The what?
If you got the long and the silver, then where's the John?
Glad we met.
Yeah,
I'll help.
I am guided by the emblems.
Okay, so there. Huh. Weird. Alright.
Reflected about the music, because this is a remix of the GBA track, and I guess it does fit fine. It's just not really a track I like that much.
Looks like I broke him.
Hello, I have an axe. Goes like this.
That was tense.
Fuck off with that experience. Come on, man, give it to me.
This does make me want like a remake of Binding and Blazing, though.
Yeah. Okay, so
I gotta be strong. I gotta hold out for the Genealogy remake first, because
Go ahead.
That's gonna be potentially really interesting.
let's see if we can bait him with dodge. No. Aha! My bow! It might hit you. Oh god, I didn't think this through!
Alrighty.
Who said Hector wasn't in this game?
Oh no, he might get 2 damage. Oh, that's what's happening. She can't counter attack. Oh, that's my Oh, I made a bad choice. What's that? Well.
You know, I was all excited to see the Paralogs because I wanted to see what they did with like this stuff. But now it's also like, man, there's no dumb story to talk about.
Yeah, it's just fucking Fire Emblem.
Yeah, which is what we wanted, but like now I'm like, okay,
Shit.
what do I talk about while this is going on? Guess I'll just talk about rosy things. Lately, despite this game like driving me up the wall a bit, I have been trying to relax a little more and just be less uptight about things in life.
Yunaka here.
Because everyone is just, like,
Dumb.
constantly mad about everything, including things that don't really matter that much. And I won't say what those things are, because chances are it'll make someone mad and have the exact opposite effect of what I'm trying to achieve. But, you know, really cutting down on the Twitter, really only go on there to, like, post art or be like, hey, I'm about to stream, you know?
I'll
Or
apologize
just
later.
checking my messages real quick. And that seems to have had a good effect on me, because I'm not being exposed to, like, really double dumbass takes about everything under the sun. What?
Double dumbass on you?
Thanks a lot.
I'm pretty sure I was saying double dumbass before I ever saw that movie.
Yeah, but we're saying it a lot more now.
That is a big dagger. Like, I wouldn't be, like, juggling that thing if I were you. Like, I don't trust the gravity on that thing. Bird likes Diamond. Diamond seems to be a bit of an MVP in this game, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's liking the Diamond, because he's just, like, an actual Fire Emblem character.
Yeah, pretty much.
Instead of, like, a complete lunatic like most of these people. Oh man, it's one of two furries.
I'm starting to feel it.
You're fine. Fuck off.
Not only does this game have a furry, but it skips straight past the tokenization phase by having two furries.
The Radiant Bow. I don't get it. I gave it to her. I guess I shouldn't have.
When I first saw that, I assumed that it was like an Ike thing, but she doesn't have Ike, does she?
Nope.
It's Radiant? I don't know.
You punched my bow!
Yeah, it's good to, like, you know, not get so mad about things, but sometimes it's hard to avoid because people are just being, like, intrusively stupid. Like, I got into this really dumb thing on Wikipedia because some douchebag is being transphobic about an anime where a character is really clearly trans, and they're like, no, there's not, and just start like a whole thing. And it's just one of those, some people are like great at just like getting under your skin by just like being as annoying as possible to make you give up on wanting to talk to them so they can just do what they want. And Wikipedia has like all these systems for like if you're in a dispute, like, okay, here's like ways to like talk that out with the moderator like involved. Here's like ways for people to vote on what they think should be the solution. So the dispute thing happened, and then because the other guy was so annoying, probably it was just me and that guy, and everyone else like just like bailed for the duration of that. And this guy, his thing is that he just writes a whole novel about like why his thing is just factually correct and completely ignores what you're actually trying to say, and then you just get tired of dealing with him. But Wikipedia doesn't let you just be like, you're a fucking tool and you're not listening to me, so why, like, you know, get this guy, just disqualify this guy from doing anything. Like, you can't do that. They're like, oh, you can't assume bad faith. And it's like, but it is bad faith.
Yeah.
Like, he's, like, deliberately just, like, you know, not actually engaging in a real discussion here. And that shit drives me up the wall, because it's like, you know, if no one opposes that tool bag, then he can edit the article to just say, like, oh, this character's a guy, even though...
I'd rather be friends.
No.
Whatever happened...
Character's a trans woman, so...
So, sorry to bring it up, but, like, whatever happened to that?
That's still going. Right now, there's, like, a whole vote thing where there's, like, 4 versions of the character profile.
Oh.
People vote on, like, which one's the best. His has the least votes, so that's fun.
Woo!
But he's still being an annoying jackass in, like, the discussion about it, because, like, you know, the voting thing, it gets put on, like, a generalized page, and then Wikipedia editors are, like, you know, prompted to, like, hey, come vote on this issue. So once again, I explain like, okay, this is why this is my stance. These compromises would be acceptable. These aren't, because this is the situation. And then this guy just, you know, again comes in being like with a whole fucking novel. And it's like, answer the question. And also, if the question's already been answered, don't come in and like repeat that, but also add your own thing to it. You weren't asked. No one actually wants your opinion, and I know this because this guy has apparently been trying to do this exact same thing on like every anime-related website, and he just keeps getting like laughed out of the room or banned.
Transphobe stay mad.
Like he's been blocked from TV tropes. There are multiple like My Anime List-esque sites where he's apparently just been told to fuck off.
Good.
But now he's on Wikipedia, which is like, you know, a source of information that normal people use, so it's really annoying.
Why the job?
I feel like it probably takes a lot to get banned from TV tropes. I mean, if you just like keep edit warring and not having like a real discussion, those people seem to be fairly level-headed about like, okay, you're a tool bag, get out of here. And Wikipedia should really have a lot more of that, I think.
Oh, shit. Wait. What is there? Yeah, we are not trending that. So, alright, yeah, we can't, I think it's just, we gotta kill the, bad guys and they don't come out of the tent anymore?
You can just close the door on the tent, and then there's just, oh shit, what do we do?
Yeah. I guess.
Thank you.
I also love that every single tent, I guess, has like a little fire going. They're all cooking.
If you can't get the crit, I'm gonna tell you. Yeah! Fuck your gameplay!
I don't even know what his crit codes are, because you always just go, yeah, because it's so hype.
Yep.
You know what I like about tents, big tents? I can't tell you right now, because we're on Twitch.
I like that I can't explain.
The Silent Hill Wiki War, oh my god. Yeah, but at least with that, like, you know, there was like a general consensus of like, this guy's out of his fucking mind. And then, you know, it became such a big thing, and I think everyone just kind of knew, like, oh, that wiki's fucked.
Apparently the Gundam wiki is just absolutely shot to fucking hell and not worth using.
But, like, the only problem here is that, you know, the site of battle is Wikipedia. Like, if this was just some fucking random-ass wiki, I'd be like, whatever. Though actually on Wikia you also cannot do that. They have just like a site-wide policy, like fandom or whatever it's called now, where it's like you can't misgender a character. So like even on the Chivalry Wiki where people are being shitheads, like a fandom admin just came in and fixed it all.
That's great.
It's like, yeah, we have a policy about gender identity. Boom.
Let's. Good. Maybe time crystal. Nope. Time crystalling. Yeah. Oh, wait. Crystal. Menu.
And, you know, some other people are like, oh, well, you know, they don't literally say transgender. Gender identity is complicated, so we shouldn't, like, make assumptions. But you should still just quote what Alice actually says about herself. And a good amount of people are like, yeah, and then at that point you should also use, like, you know, sensible pronouns, so the article isn't needlessly difficult to read.
Use our X-Master seal. You'll become Bonite Plus.
But, like, the thing is, like, in the Japanese text, it is a little bit transphobic because the narration doesn't respect Alice's identity and, like, uses male pronouns in places. And this dude is obsessed with that specifically. Where it's like, well, then, you know, if we assume the narrator is omniscient, and it's like, that's already doing a lot of carrying there, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that's really generally the case in Chivalry, but...
No, because it's from Iki's POV.
Yeah, and then also it's just like, you know, then you gotta like start making assumptions about like what the author actually means by that, because in Japan, the perspectives on this thing are really different. They have like a different history with in regards to gender identity.
Here we go.
Yeah, Patch is great.
Sounds like no one likes him on Wikipedia either. They just can't call him a fuckhead. There is that, but it's just really annoying that, like, you know, if I leave it alone, there is a chance that he is just going to write a novel to every single person who shows up and is like, hey, can I have the facts on this? And, like, convince them that he is right. Like, it's a really obnoxious thing. This guy is really obnoxious, too. And, you know, I don't want to, like, you know, call him out by name, but he has a, like, ridiculously chuny name as well.
Of course he fucking does.
And...
he's probably in his 30s, because these people never grow up.
And, like, there's just, like, some cognitive dissonance with this guy, too, because, like... because, like, everyone that, like, you know, knew this guy from doing this shit on other sites was like, oh yeah, he's just obsessed with this specific thing. So I was kind of like, I want to know if he's, like, made other Wikipedia edits. And he made a couple here and there, including another thing where he, like, got shitty about a character's gender identity, apparently, in another show. Bleach. But, yeah, he has, like, on Wikipedia you have, like, your own user page and everything. And apparently, like, years ago, when he was probably, like, a literal child, like, added, like, shit to Wikipedia. As we all do when we're children. We add shit that shouldn't be there, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, you get, like, those notices of, like, hey, this article's been removed because it's not, like, Wikipedia material or whatever. And then the dude comes back years later and I guess sees that on his user page. And he removes it with the comment of, like, I don't remember any of this, so I'm going to consider it spam. It's like...
that's not how spam works.
No. He's just like, it must be unrelated to me. It must be fake because it doesn't fit what I want. It's like, just admit that you were a kid and you did dumb shit on Wikipedia. We all do it.
I was wondering if, like, he gave himself, like, an actual Wikipedia page. Like,
I'm not gonna deny it.
Oh my god.
But, you know, like he was probably actually a kid back then, so I'm not gonna clown on him. And I'm only clowning on him because he's, like...
a transphobic fucktard.
Yeah, and he's, like, trying to pretend it didn't happen, which is just the sign of a real adult. And, you know, I wouldn't give this guy the time of day and rant about him, except that, like, I had to deal with this, and it drove me fucking insane! And I couldn't just express, like, this guy is nuts! Someone please help me, because then you're like arguing in bad faith or whatever, and you can't say that about other people, but whatever. I don't know. Fuck this guy, is what I'm trying to say.
So now the map becomes kind of boring, because I want to move all of my people.
Oh yeah, that does sound like Fire Emblem, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, now that I got that off my chest, yeah. For the most part, I'm just trying to avoid shit like this and, like, not care too much about just whatever. Because everyone on every side of every argument is starting to, like, go insane a bit when it just comes to life.
Except us. We are the cool people.
Oh, of course, we were right about everything.
She's gonna start moving. Is Lynn gonna start moving? Shit. That's what I was trying to get ready for.
Lynn's like, I've taken my nap.
What is this?
Everyone should read Pratchett's Monstrous Regiment. I should read more Pratchett in general, to be honest, but... But why that one in particular? I know words.
Okay, so... pretty sure Lynn is getting ready to do her, like, crazy ultra move.
Like, people like that, it's just like, you know, he's so good at just talking over people that there's no way to ever communicate to him, like, nobody likes this. Everyone thinks you're a fuckhead because you act like this. So, like, you know, there just need to be, like, some, like, actual hard consequences for this. Because otherwise, someone like that's never gonna learn. Like, you can ban them from a site, and then they'll just be like, oh yeah, I'm just talking over you now.
Sorry, I'm talking to myself about Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, like, you know, if he gets banned from a site, he's just gonna be like, oh, well, you know, it's the fault of the people on that site. That site is worthless now. So, you know, people like that, like, you know, I'm not advocating for, like, actual bad things to happen to someone, but, like, someone like that just needs to, like, you know, have his head dunked in a toilet a couple times.
Yeah, you know the people who did not get enough swirlies in high school.
Yeah. Or, you know, just, like, piss someone off who can, like, hack your accounts.
Okay. Okay, so this is cool. Right?
Well, like, you know, he probably lives with his parents, so just, like, get them involved somehow. He fucks up in a way that has someone, like, call his parents.
Oh.
Lynn is angry.
Yeah, holy fuck.
It's relevant to say more would be spoilers. Terry Pratchett always just had, like, his finger on the pulse with this stuff, didn't he?
Anything that can...
Okay, I really should read more of his stuff, but there's so freaking much of it. Like, it's kind of intimidating. And I tried to start at the beginning, and that didn't really grab me. So then it's always just like, well, where do I go from here, you know?
That feels way better.
My strategy for this is run the fuck away. Oh shit. Yeah, oh shit. Okay. Yunaka can get this guy. Ow, my face! Oh, my chest!
Yeah, maybe I should start getting into audiobooks indeed, but, like, I'm afraid that I'll be, like, distracted and not actually listening to the book. I used to spend so much time in transit, like, on trains or whatever, that, like, audiobooks were great. I actually had a thing where, like, I was in college, and whenever I was, like, walking from my dorm to college, I would be listening to the audiobook of The Disaster Artist by Greg Sestero, which is about the making of The Room, the infamous movie. And he does such a fantastic impression of Tommy Wiseau when he's reading the book. That, like, that just got in my head, and then I started doing it to, like, my fellow students. And it's just like, please stop.
Yeah, he's down. And you know.
I'd better pull back.
Yeah, sure, like, hook me up with it, like, always appreciate the option. What is my hair doing over there? I got, like, a lot of books that I gotta read. It was one of my New Year's resolutions was, like, read all the books I've left unfinished. Watch a lot of these anime on my list. But I get to, like, serious about, like, setting goals like that for myself, too, and then I get really mad at myself if I don't do it.
Me first.
Doesn't help that the book I'm like currently reading is like just like dense as fuck, because it's like a sci-fi book with like tons of like there's like a conlang in it, and they keep like shoving that in your face, and just so much world building. It's like I do like it. I am interested in it. It's I cannot read it very well. It takes a long time. It's the Crest of the Stars. Which I think is ostensibly classified as a light novel, and it's not. It's not! I kind of want the Slayers audiobook because it's actually read by Lisa Ortiz, so that should be like a riot, but it's only available on like places that have like DRM on stuff, and I want to just have a download. I really don't like having stuff like on a service where like I can't be sure that I can, you know, listen to it if something weird happens. Like when Soul Press was releasing Chivalry books, I think I got the first one on Google Play because I really wanted to read it, and I'm not sure that you can still actually access that now.
You cannot.
Because Soul Press is gone. So it's like, I paid for that, and now it's fucking gone. I mean, we do have a hard copy, but like, that's just because we were jumping on buying those as they were coming out.
Yep.
And Book 5 never got a hard copy. That's just gone.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, at that point, like, you can only rely on piracy to actually have stuff that you control. And if no one is, like, making that available, you're just screwed, I guess.
Oh, thank God.
I'll apologize later.
Woo! I'm looking at you. I'm looking at your reactions, your relief, and your tension. This is definitely the Binding and Blazing Blade experience.
Yeah. What I am struggling to figure out is, do I count on Tamara being able to take the hits and then, like, do her special engage attack, which would, like, do a bunch of damage to all of these guys. Alright, I'm gonna try it, and I can always time Crystal if it goes poorly.
Warrior says Worm is a fan-made audiobook version. It's supposed to be very good. Yeah, but isn't that like millions of words? Maybe I'll work my way up to that. I'll start with like Dr. Seuss.
Alright, I think these paralogs were not fucking around when they set base level 19.
I won't be holding back.
Hey, you're not allowed to do that shit. You gotta engage with someone.
Lynn looked at me. Ow!
That should go both ways. Lynn looked at me. Arrow hits her right in the eye. Oh, that's why she was looking at me. She was aiming. That's how the cutscene in the game go. I have control over my motor functions.
Okay, I can deal with this. I can live with this. Cool.
This map does look really nice despite the corny grass.
Yeah.
Like, I think the fact that there's so much of the grass kind of like makes it work somehow.
Oh, here we go.
Don't stand in my way.
Man, anti-racism's really powerful.
Yeah! Okay. Okay.
She literally just killed guys with anti-racism.
Yeah. All right. Lance. This.
I'll help.
He's like, I'm not finished.
You were a good fight.
This is the one we actually need to kill, which is still a problem.
It's just a scratch.
Yeah, I still don't understand why Lyn has this move.
Probably because they're like, oh shit, we need an archer.
No, but I mean, like, why does she have doubles? Like,
I don't know.
Like, maybe they're supposed to be after images, but then why can you hit them, right? Because I think the only, like, FE game with a move like that is Echoes, in which, white mages can do that. I know class names.
Me first!
I'm, like, progressively having a harder time, like, finding proper words for things. I think my brain's melting.
Too much engage.
I'm just like, what the fuck is the name for the white mage class in FE?
Too much engage energy is dangerous.
They're like,
You picked me!
priests? I know bishop is the upgraded one generally, but Echoes is generally different with stuff because the magic doesn't even work the same, and
God, I miss Warp Ragnarok.
yeah, they should really hurry up and give us some of that shit back.
Yep.
Like, I still applaud the ballsiness of just taking all your stuff away, but
And like now we're getting one back at a time after having 6.
I guess it also works well where it's like, you know, all your stuff goes away and then you get new stuff first, so it kind of forces you to learn these different things. Which I think is a good way of avoiding, like, the FE problem of, like, there's so much stuff that I'm never gonna learn half of it.
Yeah.
But, you know, now you run into the problem of, like, when you're dealing with, like, the problem of fan service, where it's like, yeah, but I want Celica back, bitch!
Yeah.
I like Celica!
Oh well. Alfred's fucked.
And, you know, if the writing was good and I actually, like, cared about what happens to characters, like, having the characters taken away could be, like, really stressful in a good narrative way, like in Genealogy, where you never know what the hell's gonna happen. Alfred lives!
Uh-oh.
Yeah, checked out. I really miss that thing from Echoes where, like, characters would comment on each other. That checks out.
Yep.
That is the thing Lyn does.
That is Lyn. Oh yes, this is Lyn.
People who are good at Blazing Blade, like,
whatever you
don't
say.
con Lyn a lot as a unit, which just makes me want to use her more.
Yeah. And dogpile on Lyn with everybody.
You know, much like the bow thing, giving Lyn a skill like this
I'll have
could
to up my weight.
absolutely cover one of her weaknesses. So my conspiracy brain is like, are they, like, winding up for, like, a Blazing Blade remake or something? One where Lyn has bows and this ability, and she actually exists on this map when they get the Binding Blade, because now they know that Lyn is supposed to exist.
Infinite charges?
I guess because it's a paralogue, maybe?
Huh, maybe.
I don't know. I don't even know what a normal amount of charges is on this thing.
Yeah. What else? So then she probably just isn't.
finally beat Lynn, and she's like, "Oh yeah, it took you a couple of tries with that time travel stuff, huh? Didn't have that in my day."
You're very good.
Shall I treat you to tea later?
She's like, "I'm fading out of existence, so I can't. I'm not real."
I don't even know if that would help, but oh, fuck it, whatever.
I like this boss music.
Emblem engage.
That reminds me, if they do have Binding / Blazing Blade remake, one of the really cool things is gonna be persistent boss music, because the boss music in those games kicks ass, but you barely hear any of it, because it always goes back to the map music. And I'm always so on like the adaptive music of like it changes the same track when you go into fights that they've had since Awakening, but persistent boss music is a great idea.
These plains, the green land, the wind, they raised me to be strong. And you?
I got raised in a nice castle, I
I'm
think.
still improving, but I have gained strength during our journey.
I'm glad to hear you're feeling stronger, but I won't be holding back.
Me first!
Yeah, I also just, usually in a Fire Emblem map, when you engage the boss, it's because you're ready to, like, just dogpile.
Yeah.
So it really makes sense to have the music just keep playing.
Again? You bitch! Hate Spram.
Understandable.
Ow, my face! Well, that was a poor choice for her.
I couldn't block those arrows with my kung fu.
Allow me.
No! Hold mine! Must be faster.
No, Lynn, don't go faster.
I'm ready.
We can't save in the middle of the map.
Like for Alfred gets his leveling, because goddamn.
Oh, help! Not over yet! No!
Ooh.
You bastard. Ah, we'll be fine.
Lynn just doing Lynn things. Don't worry about it.
I'll go first. That was amazing.
We literally didn't do anything. You didn't earn that. What is a picket?
I guess she's protesting.
This game keeps teaching me things. I don't like it.
Just need to get a little bit more hurt on. Not that one. The real Lynn, please.
This game also has that like vague theme of like Frenchness and like the naming and some of the clothing stuff, right? It's like I could understand that if that was like for one kingdom, but Alear also has that.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like
Excuse me.
kind of predisposed towards that flower kingdom, aren't you?
You're very good.
Woo!
Because like her name is apparently French. Her sword is called the Libération.
Yep.
So she could fit right in with the Fiorinae people.
Yeah, that checks out. Holy shit. That Paralogue's not fucking around. None of these are, I don't think.
Now you're ready
Wow,
for
you
Blazing
beat me
Blade.
soundly. You're very strong.
And you were as skilled as I expected. Very powerful, too. I wonder if I could be like you. If I grew up on the plains, I mean.
Perhaps. I learned to fight out here, but I learned more when I met Eliwood and Hector.
Holy shit, they brought up other characters! They brought up, like, the real heroes.
Shut up.
We traveled long and far
Don't start.
together. Sometimes
I mean,
we
it's
compete
true,
with
but you don't
one
have to
another.
say it.
Just like this, they helped me to learn of justice and courage, and they gave me the strength to trust others. And that strength has made me who I am today.
When I woke, I had no memories and no one I felt I could rely on. But now I have so many friends around me to teach me about the world and about myself. I hope that at the end of my journey, I'll be as strong as them. And you.
So,
You'll
like,
definitely become much stronger.
Lynn
I'm sure of
name
it.
drops
Of
Eliwood and
course,
Hector,
I'll
obviously,
help
because
too.
they're the other main characters. But, like,
Thank you, Lynn.
it's still really surface level. Like, I would have been really impressed if she said, like, you know, it changed when I met Sane and Kent, because that's actually what happened. And mysterious tactician guy with uncertain name.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah, if they ever do Blazing Blade remake, I wonder how they're gonna handle that.
I hope they don't. Rip Mark right the fuck out, maybe?
Yeah, I don't think there's a need for Mark, but, like, you know, I think they'll be like, well, you know, there's kind of already an avatar. We might as well keep going with it.
No, it only worked once.
And some people like that because, you know, it means they can seduce Len, but...
As far as I'm concerned, Byleth is the only decent avatar. Everybody else is just like... I know there's Robin fans, there's even some Corrin fans. I know Alir and Shez have fans, and, like, you know, Shez is fun. But holy shit, the only one that's a good character... Doggy. Is Byleth. Because I get to pick their character. So I can make them interesting.
I had no one I could rely on, Fram. Am I a joke to you? Fram's always a joke. Yeah, there you go.
Done.
I mean, don't expect this game's writing to remember any of itself.
Alright, so nobody's got anything interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's an interesting thing because at the time, they obviously did not care about this tactician character. Like, it's just there to introduce dumb Americans to Fire Emblem. Because, you know, if you, through any means, skip Lynn's story, the tactician does not exist in that playthrough. Like, they are never mentioned, and even when they are there, it's very just like, you know, Eliwood will be like, oh, hey, it's you, the player. Cool. And then you still have, like, no real bearing on that story, and the story's fine without you as being a character.
I feel like separating the tactician from the actual protagonist lord is always a terrible mistake. Because then it's like, you know, one of the big problems in Awakening is just like Chrom being like, we have to fight back against Vol. Robin, do the work. And it like, I was just like, alright, why is he the leader? Why not, like, Robin?
And yeah, but yeah, it's like, you know, avatars have obviously become a very popular thing. For better or worse. So it would be, but on the other hand, like, whenever they do a remake, they seem to be fairly conservative with what kind of crazy shit they add into it.
Yeah.
Especially if, like, Echoes is
Because
like
of
what
your work
we'll get
guarding the
going
ring,
forward
I
there.
was summoned safely. You have my sincere thanks.
Forget the formalities. You spent all that time hanging out at the castle. You're like family.
If you say so. So yeah, I could see them, like, you know, playing it very close to the original, like even just having, like, you know, the characters turn to the camera and be like, hey, it's you, tactician name.
Cupido. Well, if we must, he's at max level, so there's nothing else but to do it.
I like that as the class name for him. That's very fun.
Ladies.
Even his horse is smooth.
Yeah.
Look at that horse.
Horse is like doing that.
That horse is giving us the sex eyes.
Oh my god. Honey, no.
Don't tell me you can't see it. But yeah, like, you know, obviously, like, you know, avatars are a thing. It's just that, like, if they make the avatar work like an actual modern avatar, I don't understand how that would fit into the framework of those games. Like, would you be playing as Mark? Would you be, like, running around a place as Mark? Is Mark going to be like a unit all of a sudden, or like, are they going to have more to say about things in the game?
Yeah,
like even if you play it as like a Byleth thing where you just have them be like quiet unless you get a dialogue choice, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's still kind of like, this isn't their story, they're just there to help. Their story's literally just, they're a traveling tactician, they forgot to have lunch, so they collapsed and then Lynn found them, and then somehow that gives Lynn the courage to, like, go on a journey.
They're a tactician for hire. What is stopping them from just rewriting it so it's one of the pre-established characters you find? Like, not even like Eliwood or Hector, just somebody who we know will already end up like hanging out with her.
Yeah, I could see that happening. I just don't know if they'd want to do that. Like, if there was a really good way to integrate an Avatar character, then I'd be like, cool. It's just that, you know, we've seen Chris. We've seen that's a bad idea, and that's why they, presumably, why they did not do that in Shadows of Valentia. Because there's no reason for a character that to be there. It's Alm and Celica. They are the point of the story. You can't just put some other guy in there.
So here's my thing, right?
Yeah.
Who would be directing? Because if it was Kusaki Hara directing, then it's no questions asked, they're not gonna fuck with it. There won't be like some new avatar to, like, you know, get fellatiated by all the characters. If it's, you know, Ida, or like, you know, people like more connected to fates in this game, then you bet your ass they might do something stupid.
I don't think they'll completely write the Avatar out, the tactician, I mean.
Yeah.
Because it's become a bit of a meme with Lynn, that she's like, you know, in Awakening, she's looking for the tactician. In Warriors, she's like, oh yeah, I used to have a friend who was kind of like you, Robin. He would, like, you know, give us directions. And he never really... And then there's that joke about, like, yeah, he didn't really say much. It's just kind of like there were, like, almost like there were arrows pointing us where we needed to go. And I found that really hilarious. And it's like, now you've really established that, I don't think they can completely take it out. But the way it is in the original is already kind of awkward, so...
I feel like... I would almost prefer if what they did was just like, you know, hey, GBA
Prince of Firene.
Like, you know,
a training session with you
collection, and then add in like, all right, we've added turn rewind for you know, quality of life stuff, and the casual mode also for quality of life stuff. Start there, and then like, you know, who the hell knows what. But like, you know, if we did do a cool,
I worked up a pretty good sweat.
Skip that maybe like took some of that into like consideration.
I would really love if, like, either it's one game that is just Blazing and Binding together, or if they do them separately, that it, like, takes your Blazing Blade save data and changes the story a bit in Binding to match. Because of the whole thing with, you know, pairings, like, potentially messing up Binding Blade.
Today's workout
and, you know, Binding Blade will need a lot of work, because there's no way that they can just ignore Lynn in that now. Like, those characters, all the characters that people like, are going to need to exist in Binding Blade now, so that's going to need reworking. And And I find that really interesting. I think that's potentially
Thanks
very...
for showing me what I still need to work on.
Fuck off, Alfred.
Wah, wah. I think that's potentially, like, super interesting, and I think it would be so... do you think that they will, like, give Eliwood and Hector's
Crown
wives
Prince
a
of Fear
reprieve, so they don't get
If
killed
I win,
off-screen by
you'd
story?
better buy something.
It might dip. Because if it's Nini,
My loss.
you know, she's...
Ninian would die.
Ninian's toast.
And it's pretty much canon that, you know, Eliwood and Ninian, because not only does the story, like, really push it, but there is a support in Binding Blade where Roy talks about his mom, and it's clearly Ninian.
Yeah.
And with Hector, the problem there is, like, you know, unnamed mom dies of illness when Lilina is very young, or in childbirth. I don't remember how it works. And, you know, people really like pairing people with Hector. So if you just unceremoniously kill that person off, that's going to make people mad. But also, if Lilina still has a parent who doesn't die, because Hector does die in Binding Blade,
Yep.
does that kind of mess with her character arc? There's a lot to consider there.
Hang on.
Unless you, like, somehow just kill Hector and Mom off at the same time or something.
Yeah, but if it's Lynn, they're gonna be fucking pissed.
Yeah, people do like the Hector Lynn ship, and there's definitely some good stuff there.
Correct.
Hmm?
Look at that. XP modifier.
Nice, nice, nice.
Violet is good.
Byleth, gonna Byleth.
Oh shit! I think their weapon changed too. Because now it's Luwin, Dimitri's.
So we're gonna, like, cycle through a bunch of weapons, you think?
I think we might, yeah. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how much, like, leveling up there is for this.
Yeah. We should maybe wrap it up. You know, dinner and family.
Yeah.
God,
It's a shame, because I'm actually, like, having, like, the most fun
Yeah.
that we've had with this game so
We
far.
can keep going. 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Get there at 5.
What are we gonna do for 10 minutes, though?
Talk, chat, dig
Yeah?
around in the game. There's plenty to do.
Pet Dog Haro first. Obviously, we must.
Okay, yeah. If he wants us to pet Dog Haro shall be pet.
Wario says, I doubt they do it, but if Mark does come back and gets a physical appearance, I like the idea of keeping him a silent protagonist, but making him really visually expressive.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, what's interesting about that is, like, giving him a face is already like, whoa, because they always go out of their way not to show Mark's face and things.
It is like, you know, just like lightly implied they look like Robin by virtue of, you know, Lynn shows up in Awakening, sees Robin, is like, oh, you look like my tactician. Or something like that. Or, like, you know, oh, I thought that was him.
It's, If we consider Mark's role in the original, like, he's just kind of there as, like, the person who gives the orders, but he has no actual involvement in the story. He has no, like, dramatic stakes or anything. He's kind of like an observer, almost, if you, like... Because, you know, the game mostly ignores him once you get to the Eliwood or Hector story. But presumably, like, he's always there. And the game just doesn't really acknowledge it because it's just you watching scenes, so, like... That's something you would have to, like, kind of stipulate on, like, is he just this, like, observer? Because in the Lynn story, they really make it seem like, oh, there's this emotional connection, presumably because, you know, they built Lynn for you to get a crush on her and want to play more game. And in generally, just, you know, the entire thing with Lynn's story is just, like,
Well, hello,
kind of odd. I hope they integrate her a little better as well. But, you know, Lynn is a lot easier to just, like, integrate better into the story than Mark is. Because either you have to give Mark way more screen time and importance, which could, like, you know, be annoying. Or he really is just, like, kind of like this meta stand-in for the player. We're just like, yeah, you are this person, not because you are gonna, like, you know, self-insert and have a big adventure, but because you are playing the game.
Byleth lowers might by 1, increases weight, increases hit, increases avoidance, and increases dodge. Might be good for Yunaka. Just remind me, avoid and dodge.
One's for physical, one's for magic.
Alright.
Or no, it's
I'll
dodge
be
is dodge counters crit rate. That's how it works.
Okay. So I would want more. Alright, I'll hold off on figuring out how to do that too. I might just play around with the inventory. Oh, right. Celine needs better magic. Shit for the convoy. Yeah, now I have to keep track of like magic shit again. Tomes. I did kind of like that. In Three Houses, it was just like, here you go. Like they learned these spells in these classes. So fire is 320. Increase.
I'm still curious how they're gonna go about like remakes, if we're even getting anything like that. Because obviously it's the next in line would be genealogy chronologically. There have been tons of rumors about it. Three Houses felt like it was really building up to like genealogy stuff. Like they really obviously had that game on the brain. I think they've even said in developer interviews that was the case. I also know that like someone who worked on Echoes had said like, oh yeah, we'd like to do Binding Blade next. But that it's been 6 years since. And, at the time it was also supposed to be like, oh, Echoes is going to be the name of the remake sub-series. Like, we've got a plan.
Yeah.
And then...
what happens?
Nothing else happens, and now people just call that specific game Echoes, which is going to make things awkward if they're going to be like, Fire Emblem Echoes, whatever of Jugdral, Mm-hmm. I would kind of hope they just keep calling it Genealogy of the Holy War.
Yeah.
Because, they had to rename Gaiden because it's not a Gaiden. Like, that's just a weird artifact title.
Yeah.
So I would want them to just be like, Fire Emblem Echoes Genealogy of the Holy War. Just be like, yeah, it's that game remade.
This range is 1 to 3.
Here you go.
Because the Marth remakes, like, in Japan, they were both just new, like Shin, new, name of game, and then we just got the first one as Shadow Dragon because we didn't have the old Shadow Dragon, and then the second one didn't come out and people started calling that New Mystery, which doesn't match. Like, you should call the other one New Shadow Dragon then, but they don't do that. And I think even Heroes does that, where they call the DS game Shadow Dragon and then the second DS game New Mystery of the Emblem. Which drives me insane. It's so nitpicky, but it bothers me.
Alright. In case the Killing Edge can't be like...
But, like, I definitely think we're due for a remake.
I'm excited because, whatever we get remade, it's gonna be a better story than this.
Yeah, unless they really fuck something up. Please don't do that. Please
Yeah.
don't mess with these things. Because it's kind of like, after Three Houses and Engage, I'm kind of like, where would they go from here if they just make another brand new game? Like, I feel like they're gonna need a little bit of time to like get their bearings with this.
Yeah.
And since it has been 6 years since the last remake game, I think it's about time. I think it's about time they come out with one.
Yeah, I'm always I'm always immensely excited for whatever the next Fire Emblem would be.
Mm-hmm.
More so after this, because,
Well, hey there.
God, I would love Kusakihara to just be like, that's a neat gameplay engine you've got there. Yoink! I'm gonna do something interesting with it.
Still want to know what Iron 18 was.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, the FE games since, I think, at least Awakening, have internally had code names that are like Iron, which is a pun on the periodic table, FE, and then number of game. And they're one off for reasons I'm not entirely clear on from like the actual release order, but like Shadows of Valentia was Iron 16, Free Houses was Iron 17. People have big data mined this, and this game is Iron 19. So people are like, what was Iron 18? And it's not one of the side games. They have different code names. Three Hopes was Season. Heroes was Brave. Like, they all had like their own separate code names. So what is Iron 18? It must exist somewhere.
Maybe it's... I wonder if maybe that got its production started and then didn't make it out.
Yeah.
Or, like, maybe they're still working on it, who knows?
Yeah, it could be a canceled game. It could be something that got started, like, prior to Engage, so they reserved the number for it in some way. Because, like, the order of these games has always been kind of funky internally anyway, where, like, Three Houses was supposed to come right after Fates, and then they were all like, the Switch is gonna happen. They knew that already, obviously. We don't quite know what that's gonna look like yet, so... And then they decided, like, hey, what if we do another remake as, like, the last 3DS game? So there is a timeline where Three Houses is a 3DS game, I guess.
Yep. I am outfitting her because, like, much as we are frustrated by her, I expect she's probably a pretty decent unit.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess some pre-production work was done on Three Houses, and then they paused it so it could do Shadows of Valentia. And apparently not, and evidently not enough was done for it to like have like a code name already, because Shadows of Valentia is still Iron 16, Three Houses is 17. So 18 is either a game that got started like in between Three Houses production starting and Engage production starting. We know Engage production started while Three Houses was still in development. So either that got started then and canceled, or that's just something they're still working on. And I still think it's conspicuous that Kusakihara hasn't been seen in the credits since Three Houses. Like, he must be doing something, and that guy pretty much has just worked on Fire Emblem as far as the credits I've seen.
Oh my god, we can already donate to Illusia.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wait, and also, because of the weird way this works, improving the economy makes more crime happen, so you can donate to them to punish them somehow. Makes sense, right? Eve is heading off. Thank you for watching. We will see you next time.
We should probably head off soon, too.
Yeah? Because I'm just going to keep waffling about my conspiracy that Kusakihara has secretly been working on a game this whole time.
I hope they are.
And I hope it's good. I hope it's using this engine or an even better version of it. Maybe they've been secretly working on some cool cinematic shit so they can really do that genealogy story justice.
Maybe we'll finally get... Did he flip?
He flipped.
Wow. Maybe we'll finally get a...
I've never seen a dog flip.
Yeah. Maybe we'll finally get support conversations that don't happen in front of a JPEG background.
Yeah, that'll be interesting in a genealogy remake anyway. Like, how are they going to revamp supports?
Yep.
So many questions. Not enough answers. We just gotta wait. We just gotta be patient. So, any parting words for this stream from you?
Fuck Nintendo of America.
Yep.
Wrapping it back around. They suck. Big time.
Tell all your friends.
Yeah.
Nintendo of America hates you having emotional feelings for your fellow human beings.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tell everyone.
They hate that games can have any kind of storytelling ambition beyond Mario saving Peach.
Yeah.
So, yep.
But this game's still fun to play, despite, the best efforts of everyone who has written anything for this game on either side.
Yep.
Thank you all very much for watching. I love you guys. Follow me on here if you haven't already. Tell your friends that Rosie and Nothels are cool as well, because I would like to get more followers here on Twitch now that I'm here on an actual gaming stream site instead of Picardo. So, do that. Because, you know, it's just cool. I like to stream more. I'd like to be able to do more stream stuff.
Yeah.
So, do that shit. Tell your friends. I love you guys. I can't tell which phrase to sign off now.
Buy a papaya.
Buy a papaya! Also, Rosie rolling out.